floor of your building for example.
How's everybody doing, fam? We are
To
live. We have two big nasty storms going on right now. One with some life-threatening hail. If you look in my comments, I do have a lot of storm chasers listed. I got a lot of streamers here, as well as max velocity right here if you want to see full screen and footage of the actual tornadoes. Basically, we're just here to advertise on the phone and, you know, help people with the weather. We are dealing with two towns. Well, the Little Rock is starting to get really close. Well, a storm's starting to get really close to Little Rock down here that is absolutely destructive. I mean, this thing has the most monstrous hail core I think I've seen in a long time. I mean, and it's also 4.2 inch size hail. Like, that is absolutely monstrosity size hail. This is dangerous. Like, it's a life-threatening hailstones that can come from the storm. So people need to be safe, take shelter. I mean, regardless of it possibly dropping a tornado, these hailstones are massive. I mean, they break out whole windshields. I mean, if you don't have a helmet on, you can get seriously injured or killed if you're not careful with a storm like this going over you. And it's been moving really slow. The storm's been going about 5 miles an hour, so it's taking its sweet time getting to Littlefield. But now it's starting to close in on Littlefield. It's really close. You see how slow it's moving. Like I said, over the last hour and a half, it's gone nowhere. But yep, it's here now. It's pretty much on top of Littlefield. They're starting to get some rain. They're probably going to get the brunt of this thing. And Littlefield's not very big, but they're definitely got a big storm coming to them. Let me pull up the maps here. I have the map somewhere. So this is also our threat for today. We got upgraded into 10% hatch risk here in Texas. So we got a 10% chance for tornadoes in the yellow, a 5% in the red, and a 2% in the green. Let me find my Google Maps. So I have Littlefield pulled up here.
We go back to live radar right now. You can see on radar again, there is a big group trying to form again, and we also have an inflow.
Wrong web page at least.
So
here
again,
it is.
Okay. The boundary. The storm is just off to the west of that boundary.
Here is Littlefield.
So more of a stable
Littlefield getting hit by a big storm. So it's actually not that small of a town. It's a pretty good sized town. And they're starting to get hit by this rain right now. This thing has also produced 4 tornadoes in the past. That's just absolutely unreal. 4-inch size hail. This big monstrosity. Let's look at the rotations now. It looks like they're measuring rotations from anywhere from 2,000 feet all the way up to 41,000 feet on this beast. Absolutely massive storm, man. Tell you what.
At least softball-sized hail moving into Littlefield. We could even see DVD-sized hail fall out of the storm as it moves into Littlefield in Texas. So if you're in Littlefield again, you really got
all my warnings on. Yeah, I just turned off the severe ones because it's taken up. This thing has like every warning in the book on this thing right now. Actually, they dropped the tornado warning temporarily. So multiple reports of a large multi-vortex tornado here. This is in Littlefield, Texas. Kind of get an idea where we're at. Like, our biggest threat's going to be like right in here today. This is where our 10% hatch risk is going to be for big destructive tornadoes possibly today. Hey, how you doing, Holly? All right, so I'm going to go next. I was going to do like a 3D view of this monstrosity. I just cannot believe how big this hail core is. It's absolutely nuts.
That's a lot.
Like, the hail core of this storm is bigger than a normal supercell. It's just insane how big this hail core is. This 4-inch size hail is unreal. I'm hoping we'll get some footage eventually of some people like picking up hailstones here later on. Look at this big old monster. This thing's going well up over 60,000 feet, as you can see. I don't say well over, but it's definitely reaching over 60,000 feet. The storm is big. It's a big storm. How you doing, Asanu? Ansuo Conte? Say it right.
Tornado here in the next few minutes, honestly. Velocities are starting to increase right where our hook is. So this might be about to drop a new tornado here in the next few minutes near Lums Chapel, just southwest of Littlefield.
Try to look at our velocities. It's kind of all over the place with this hail. Like, I mean, you can see rotations everywhere in the storm. I mean, this is all just rotations everywhere.
A strong inflow just south of Littlefield.
This thing was dropping a tornado not too long ago. I don't know if it's still gonna. It's probably gonna become tornadic again. You can see right here where the rotation's getting tighter. Right at this point right here. This is where our tightest rotation is, and you can see the little hook. Now they just added a flash flood warning too. Oh my goodness, this storm. The storm has every single warning that you can get. Unreal.
This is a very slow moving storm.
Storm has everything but a tornado warning at the moment, but it's had one.
Yeah,
it's got flash flooding, severe destructive, severe warning, tornado warning. It's got them all.
We definitely have stronger rotation.
Looks like this is a couple scans back. It was just starting to reach down again. It looks like. It looks like our rotation's starting to reach down right through here. We're going to see more. This is like 3 scans back, but here in a couple more scans, we'll be able to see more pronunciation of this tornado that it's trying to form again. But yeah, this storm's formed a tornado. It's formed like 4 tornadoes in the last 2 hours. Looks like, yeah, the rotation in this 3 scans back is kind of coming down here and wrapping around like that. That's what it looks like in this scan. But we'll see. We'll see. Look, they just tornado warned it again. So. Yeah, this is an absolute monstrosity of a storm.
This also includes Lums,
always breaking weathers in the record, man. Or always breaking weather records, man. Like, this is like the biggest hail core I think I've ever seen. I might have seen a bigger one before, but man, like, this is the biggest one I can remember. This is just so big. I mean, there's so much hail. Like, all this is hail here.
Because like right now our jet stream is really weak. We don't have really anything
that's all hail. Unreal.
All of our setups for the most
you don't want to be inside of that, huh?
Like a synoptic setup with any of these events. Typically this time of the year you see more synoptic setups.
I thought you were about to hit that guy head on for a second.
Like big low pressure systems that form.
We also listening to max velocity
this is just
too.
A bunch of dry line setups. That's what's been going on for the last 5 or 6
He's over here
days.
watching the.
If we go back a couple weeks ago when we had a bunch of different
outbreaks, like every storm chaser in the world's at this storm right now.
Of synoptic systems, meaning low pressure systems that move over the Rockies, creating a lot of mixing of warm and cold air, and then eventually leading to tornado threats. So. That's generally what we're talking about. Latest radar scan is showing a very strong RFD surge, meaning very strong winds right now.
Yeah, we're going to be really strong RFD surge right now.
Area over the next few minutes. Destructive hail is currently falling in Littlefield. We
take a look at their normalized rotation. Oh my goodness, yeah.
In the town of Littlefield. So if you're in Littlefield again, you got to be in your safe place right now if you're not already there. And again, tornado threat is increasing.
Huge RFD surge right now, possibly forming into a tornado.
Right in that hook is where we're watching.
I mean, National Weather's got this measured from 2,300 feet all the way up to 45,000 feet.
Just update the warning. It is actually now observed. So we now have observed softball-sized hail that is falling around
softball-sized hail as well.
So this has been observed here in the last few minutes.
Unreal. It's unreal. This is in Littlefield. We also have another storm up here. This tornado warned up there. I should go take a look at that. This is literally going right on top of Littlefield. Looks like the rotation's going south of Littlefield, but they're still getting smashed by this hail. Luckily. There's another town called Lums Chapel. I need to see where that is. It looks like the tornado, if it's on the ground, is going to go right over top of Lums Chapel.
It's a little too hazy.
Littlefield's actually really big.
There might be a
way too much dust getting sucked up into this.
I don't see Lums Chapel anywhere.
Could be a tornado back in there.
Wetland.
Yeah, if a tornado drops, it could easily be strong in this environment.
Brownfield. Okay, so it's in between with Arl.
You're parked just off the highway, right, Scott? I think I'm coming up on you.
So it's like right here where this 385 sign is.
This as well. Wind is picking up near Freddy.
See with Arl.
Just a little bit. You can actually see the dust getting kicked up from the road, so you can see
the
wind
road. I do not see Lums Chapel. Not sure what that's supposed to. Maybe there used to be a chapel, something back here like 10 years ago. And they got rid of it.
Guys, look at the side.
There's with Arl.
So this is the RFD wrapping. It should be right up.
Lums Chapel. There's nothing there. Actually, there is. I can see it right here.
Star, by the way, with the very
I see it on this map, but I don't see it on the Google one.
For Star, congratulations on completing your degree. You do great
what
work
road is that intersecting?
Super chat.
The rotation's heading right towards Lums Chapel. I can't see it on Google Maps for some reason.
cut. See the cut?
There it is. There it is. Okay, so this is Lums Chapel. This is where the tornado's heading towards if there's going to be one on the ground. Really small area, but man, they that poor big house, whatever it is, it's going on right there. It looks like a couple houses.
Be back in there.
A house here, house
I know
here,
it's not
house
super
here,
evident, but you
house
see at
here.
the top of your screen the
Not a
clouds
whole
kind
lot
of
of stuff out
rotating,
here, but
this direction.
man, they got some nastiness coming towards them.
And again, it's spinning right now, very clearly in the middle of your screen. It's just a rain-wrapped / dust-wrapped area of circulation.
Basically, a view of the storm right now. Big
It's coming.
rotating dust, rain-wrapped monstrosity.
Oh, it's cranking out there. I see what you're talking about, Scott. That's definitely down.
Look at the clear slot. Yeah. You see this clear slot?
Riley has an update.
Hey Max, that 4
Inflow is
report
just
came
blasting
out of,
through here.
Center of Littlefield. You should have just populated on
My
Radar Omega.
goodness.
Hey, Riley, for the update. All right, so we now have softball size
Look at this
hail that's been
inflow
confirmed.
blasting
Again, we
through
mentioned
here.
this
This
a
is
few
like
moments
a
ago, but yeah,
vortex
the
of
official report is
spinning,
literally
like it's
in the
just
town
sucking
of
in all that
Littlefield.
air, just
Softball size
rotating
hail
it.
falling there in Littlefield, Texas. This is
My
on the
goodness.
supercell. That is also tornado warned, but our hail core has been mostly off to the north. So our tornado threat is down here a little bit further down to the south. Velocities are still very strong right now.
This is what you
area,
usually
so our
see before
inflow
it makes
is
or
ripping
breaks.
right
Like
now
either this thing
into the
falls
storm.
apart
We
or
just
it
have a
makes a
lot of
big
dust that
tornado
is
after
wrapping
you see
around it, but
this.
this is the area that we're looking for a tornado threat coming up on
We're
Lums
probably
Chapel
going to
and
know soon
Banger.
here in a couple more
Long term,
scans.
this storm would be heading in
I have
the
not yet
direction of
gone
the
back
Lubbock
up to the
area,
other
but
one
it's
though. I
gonna
need to
take a
check
while
the
since
other
it's only
one
moving
on the
southeast at
radar
like
up
10
here.
miles per hour. But Lubbock would eventually be in the path of this tornado if we get
No,
one.
I need
in
to go back
addition
up
to
to
this big
Amarillo
hail that we are
radar.
seeing. So be ready for that if you're back down near Lubbock.
So they dropped
We
the
also
tornado
no
warning
longer have
here.
a tornado warning on the storm north of
We had a
Amarillo.
tornado
It
warning
is
here a little
still
bit ago,
north
but they
of our
dropped it.
boundary, meaning it's in a bit more of a stable area.
Guess there was a little bit of
So
rotation
not
up here.
currently
Not much.
producing a tornado, but definitely producing some destructive hail.
Just gonna flip around for a second.
Yeah, it's just west of.
Not really seeing it up here.
Can we see it? Oh yeah.
I could have sworn I heard
Okay,
Riley
big
say that
tornado.
they're not going to be able to have a tornado up here
Riley is saying
because
there's
it's
big
too
tornado.
far from the dry
Looks like
line.
a big
But
tornado in progress.
we'll see.
Middle of your screen.
It's a
Seeing we have a tornado in
That
progress
looks
right
like
there.
a multi-vortex tornado.
Multi-vortex tornado.
back.
I'm gonna go back down to this one down here. Yeah, this is in
a
Texas,
large
Mac
tornado in
Jones.
Progress south of Littlefield.
We might have to get out of here, Brandon.
Let me go back down to the
Lums
Lubbock radar.
Chapel.
We have an
Multiple
absolutely
chasers
monstrosity of
confirming
a
this.
storm
It's
right
not
here
just one,
over.
there's multiple.
It's on top of Littlefield now, but the tornado is south of it.
I'm well east of you right
I gotta turn off. I gotta turn off this flood warning. There's just too many warnings covering up. Like if I leave all the warnings on, this thing is like covered
They're also on
by
this.
so many things. It's ridiculous.
They did not load. This is
Got so many
Brandon
polygons.
Coppic, where it's storm-
I'm
you can see
sure leave the
Brandon Coppic
tornado
has
one
there.
on.
It's a bit more rain wrapped. Let me try to get storm and media back on here.
So, I mean, I think at this point there's either a tornado on the ground or the inflows causing such strong winds it looks like a tornado. We got one or the other. Either way, it's nasty inside there at Lums Chapel. Lums Chapel's getting obliterated by wind and dust and all kinds of stuff right now.
Coming up on Lums Chapel right now.
Take another 3D view of it now and kind of see if there's actually any big form rotation throughout the storm
Focus here in
now.
a second.
Yes, sir.
It is a rain wrapped tornado right there in the middle of your
Alright, copy
screen.
that. Here comes the RFD. You see it over there?
Huge rain wrap tornado.
Something.
Form.
Not a definite.
Multiple chasers saying that there's a large rain wrapped tornado.
Tornado would be like right in here
Yeah, to the
somewhere.
right.
I'm west on 344. Good road.
My goodness, what
Brandon
a
Coppic
mess.
is actually driving.
Tornado on the ground.
Brandon Coppic is driving near the RFD.
Oh my gosh, I think we have a tornado, guys. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, this thing got heavily
I
wrapped.
think we have a tornado. It's about to drop. My goodness, look at that.
A new
You
radar
can see it
scan
coming
in
from
a
all the way to
second.
the top to the
They have
bottom,
not yet-
right in here.
They have not yet upgraded this warning, but again, tornado is in progress. Velocities are really strong right now, approaching
That's
Lums
a big
Chapel.
tornado. Yeah, it's definitely a tornado there. You can't deny that. You can see where that
Going back
last
to
part
radar
just
here.
connected up the top. This thing's rotating all the way through.
Does this road go straight east?
It's
And
mapping
then where your
Virginia
tornado's
view.
touching the
Looking at
ground is going to
I
be
don't know
like
which one
right
it's on,
here,
It's a more distant view of a supercell.
coming up through here, touching down there. Like right
But
at
again,
this
this
spot.
tornado right now is going to be coming up right into Lums Chapel in 385 over the next few minutes. You can see how
Can't
tight
deny that
rotation
one
is
right there.
currently on radar. Again, this is
Massive
pretty much
storm
a
and a
fully
tornado
rain-wrapped,
inside it.
tornado that is going to be coming up towards Bangor as well, and there's a lot of dust. Despite us having a very strong inflow, it is awfully difficult to even see this thing. So
You can
that's
see
gonna
it
be driving
dead on
towards
now.
Anton and eventually shallow water.
You can see it really well
we are
right
still
here.
talking about
That's where a
4-inch size
tornado
hail
is
that
for
is
sure,
falling in the
100%.
town of Littlefield.
And it's actually on the ground right before Lums Chapel now, so
Go
that's
back
not
over
good.
to
I hope these guys got some Amber Alerts in Lums
Brandon's
Chapel.
view. Our tornado would be in the middle there.
Not good, guys. Lums Chapel's getting directly hit, I think.
I'm trying to find a place to stop and point at it.
I mean, Littlefield's actually getting annihilated by rain and hail right now, too. I mean, it's 4-inch hail right here on top of Littlefield. That's a big town. Like 4-inch hail all throughout Littlefield. That is not good. Make this a little smaller so we can kind of see. You see how big Littlefield is and how the storm is completely covering Littlefield with hail. Like, I mean, that's the tornado's actually right down through here. It's not showing on Google Maps, but it's showing on my tornado radar. There's actually quite a few buildings and stuff down here. Looks like we got a big building
So,
stuff
this
here
is
and
a
here.
large tornado south of Littlefield.
EDS chugger on the ground.
There's all kinds of buildings up and down this road. It's actually not good. So something's going to take some damage from the storm.
I see the edge of it there in the middle of your screen. Again, all the chasers are trying to position to get out
There,
front of this.
there's Lums Chapel right here. This is where the tornado is. And this tornado's moving really slow. It's like going, it's like right here, going this way, like 5 miles an hour. So this is going to be a really long tornado. That basically, I mean, if you're in Lums Chapel, and this thing's going over you, it's going to be on top of you for probably
Back to storm
over
media as
5-10
well.
minutes.
And all of
Depending
these
on how
units right
big
now,
it
actually,
is.
let's go to Corey. Corey has a pretty good flat.
Can't
view
really
of this.
see how big it is.
And this is a look at the supercell. That tornado's wrapped back in there in the rain.
I don't know if we can get an actual
And
view
dust.
of the tornado on the ground, but it's
Coming up on
inside
Lums
that.
Chapel right now.
Well, I guess it just depends how big the actual damaging part of the tornado is and how long it's going to be on top of Lums Chapel. But man, pray for those guys. Oh my God. Not good. Not good. I know it's just a small town, but man, this is not good. This is not what you want to get hit by. You know, a tornado that's going to be on top of you for several minutes. You want it to be done and over with as soon as possible.
Tornado warning is still radar indicated. We've had some ground contact. Tornado again, wrapped back in there in the rain.
Pretty sure that's
Brandon
most
Kopic has
likely
unbelievable-
on the
This is
ground at this
a large
point.
mesocyclone. You can see how the curvature is here on the top of your screen.
Which
You can
nobody
how
can see.
curved It is. It's a large mesocyclone.
All we can see is basically with the 3D
Velocities are
view.
also very
I mean, you
tight
can
on the
obviously
right of
see
your
with the
screen.
3D
Likely
view
have a
this
tornado
thing
right now
is
come up on Lums and Chapel.
a strong tornado all the way throughout the storm is most likely on the
I don't
ground.
know what Brandon's talking about.
I mean, you can't deny this, right? I mean, that
tornado's definitely
looks
coming up
like
right now in Lums Chapel.
100% a
There's almost no
tornado.
way we don't have a tornado right now in the middle of this thing.
And I think it's a big one too. I think it's a really big one. Like, I think we're talking like, because you got, this is your reds and your greens touching together. It's basically all this space in between the red and the greens, basically our tornado. That's like a really big one, I think. This is not good.
Sounds like Brandon has some more hail damage.
They should probably PDS this thing, I think. South of Oklahoma, good. They're not in the threat tonight. Let me pull up the map.
You can see rapidly rotating rain curtains right there.
Right here, our threat for tonight is.
It's still just like due west.
Yeah, I mean, just a little tip of Oklahoma's in it, but this is our 20th threat. Everything's like right here in Texas, so they upgraded us to 10% hatch raise. I cannot believe the 3D view of this tornado right now. That's absolutely insane. That's probably one of the best looking ones I've ever seen. I mean, that is a monstrous tornado.
And this tornado again.
That's just unreal. Completely rain wrapped, and it's massive. Like, that is a big tornado. I think our tornado is.
Velocities are still very tight. I would be surprised.
I think it's pretty much the size of all these blocks right here. I mean, the tornado is going to completely, like, bigger than the size of Lums Chapel itself. It's unreal.
Brandon
That's
Kopic's actually, I believe,
I have to add this into its own video later on because that's such an absolute perfect structure of a tornadic storm right there. I mean,
we just drove right into it, but he's literally just driving towards
that's
the
what a
mesocyclone.
huge tornado looks like on a 3D view. Normally, you won't be able to get both sides of the rotation in one view, but when they get this big, you can see
I
both.
don't think Brandon is
So it's
tornado
unreal
punching,
how
but I
big
could be
this
wrong.
thing is. You see right here too, look how many more yellow blocks we got. It's just a big tornado.
Brandon is indeed.
If anybody just stopped in, we're here in near Littlefield, Texas, near Lums Chapel, right here in northern part of Texas. This is where our huge tornado risk is for today. I just can't believe that. That's just unreal. I can even go back a couple scans and we can watch this thing like form. So that's when it was kind of like pulling itself back together. Those 30 seconds before.
See the motion there in the middle of your screen. So very rapid motion still in the middle.
Here's when it. This is back when we were having all that inflow. You remember all that bright inflow in the front, and you see it all right there. It's just sucking it right in, making a huge tornado. We go forward 30 seconds. There it is. It's done. Sucked it all in. There's still more juice getting sucked in. It's almost fully formed. And then we get to this latest scan. Absolutely massive tornado right here. I don't know what our scans look like now. Let me see. Because that was also a minute and a half ago when we were looking at it. And it still looks like a big giant. Pretty sure this looks like a hail. This is our tornado right here. That's the debris of the tornado. Generally, that's when you got like a little hook and a little purple part right in the middle of it. That's the actual debris of the tornado. I don't know if we have a CC drop on this.
Just for perspective, I'll go back to Brandon in a second.
I mean, you can kind of see it. It's like green. It doesn't look like it's lifting up that high, but we don't have like a big, huge debris ball. It's probably just a bunch of dust at this point. You know, there's not a lot of house stuff out there, thankfully. It might have not even hit a single house yet because it's not actually directly on top of Lums Chapel yet.
Definitely have a lowering that is rotating. Definitely a wall cloud here.
Oh yeah, well left of the road.
What storm are they looking at now? This is a different storm.
Turn into a very high precipitation supercell.
Or if that's the one up north. That might be the one up north. Unreal. That's the craziest 3D view I've seen in a long time.
By the way, the hail threat on this storm was
That's a
downgraded
huge
from
storm, too.
baseball-sized hail, still destructive near Littlefield.
It's still going. I mean, I think this is the same scan we had before, but
And Brandon is pretty much just punching.
we'll get an update again, hopefully on the 3D view in a bit.
Not far from it.
It's unreal.
Are you guys just planning on bailing back east on 344?
I mean,
This is right inside.
I'm gonna record a separate video of this, to be honest.
I mean, Brandon's
Just
legitimately
seeing
gonna be, I'm pretty sure
the
he's
actual
about to be.
tornado inside the storm like that is just unreal.
Where you seeing that, Scott? I have an entire view of the mezzo, and there, I do not see a focus funnel.
Such a ginormous area of rotation.
Yeah, I got a full funnel. Yeah, I kind of want to go for it.
But yeah, the greens, the wind's going one direction, the red's
Wind
another.
is
So
starting
yeah,
to pick up,
basically,
so
yeah,
he's
you look
getting
at
into
this.
the RFD surge now.
Basically, like directly in between the red and the greens where our tornado would be. All that area.
Let's get it past south of us on this road here, guys. Gotcha. Almost looked like it did a loop.
Looks like it's might have wrapped out recently.
Let's go to Freddy.
It's still rotating, but it looks much
This is Freddy
much
with
broader.
Kenny.
I
He's
think
in
we
the
still have
same
some
kind of
tight
area here.
rotation at this point right here. Like our tightest point of rotation is going to be right here. Might have lost some of its juice.
Velocities over the last couple minutes have gotten slightly broader.
Yeah, Mike's talking about it too. The
Just doing
velocities
it
have gotten
on
broader.
Littlefield where we do have a
I don't think you
tornado.
could hold into all that huge amount of inflow it took in. It just kind of let it go out top. I wouldn't be surprised to see it reform again. I mean, that's like the 5th tornado this thing's made in the last 2 hours.
It's just to the southwest of this road.
So we still have a tornado, at least ground contact. So there's still a tornado.
Yeah, saying we
here
still have
south of
ground
Littlefield.
Little
contact.
vortices there, little
Looks like it's
vortices on
much
the ground.
weaker and smaller than it
Might
was.
drop a little further south.
There are some vortices hitting the ground, which does mean we are seeing ground contact. There is a non-condensed tornado here.
I mean, this
And
thing's
south
still
of Littlefield
moving
near
at like,
Lums Chapel. They'll eventually go towards
I don't know if it's
Texas
still
and
moving at
shallow
5
water.
miles an hour. That's what it was
Look at the
moving
bottom right of your screen,
before.
by the
Let me
way.
kind of
If you
do the
look at
playthrough of
animation
it.
here just over the
It's
last
just to the right of the road.
10 to 15
So this is
minutes.
like the last hour and a half. That's all it's
This
moved in
tornado
about an
has
hour and a
literally
half.
come
It
full-
hasn't gone
becoming
very
fully
far.
rain-wrapped right now.
Moving really slow. Like I have the speeds really high on the
This is at
animations
least
if I
our
turn them
fifth or
down.
sixth tornado, by the way, on the
Just to the
storm.
right of the highway here.
Oh, yeah, it's the 6th tornado.
Oh, yeah.
If I slow it down, like this thing, it's just not really moving.
Was it the Dominator go by? I wasn't
Yeah, you
looking.
can see it on the ground.
Looks like it's moving faster than it was. It might be going over 10 miles an hour now, but it was going like, it was only moving at like 5 miles an hour the first 2 hours this thing started making tornadoes.
Brandon has a view of this as well. Look at all the vortices there on the left side of your screen. This is a
Right there, guys, right in front of us.
sizable multi-vortex tornado. Velocities have
It's
intensified.
right there, right in front.
Yeah.
Yep, it's coming down.
Yeah, we got a lot of strong rotation, and this is becoming a very rain-wrapped.
You guys want to watch
tornado,
these
so it's
chasers and
dangerous.
everything? I have them
For
linked
chasers
in
and
the
anybody that's in
description.
this
Right
warning,
here,
but
this is
a
max
rapidly
velocity.
rotating
It's like the
area
first
here with
streamer I have
multiple vortex
listed.
reaching the ground.
I'm gonna have a bunch of storm chasers. You know,
Big hail just
Tornado
right back.
Pagey and Brandon, they're all out there right now. A lot of the chasers, I think pretty much all the storm chasers are on top of the storm right now.
Large rain-wrapped tornado.
There's
currently
really not a whole
progress
lot to
here near
chase right
Lums
now.
Chapel, just south of Littlefield, Texas.
Saudi, we're in Texas. We're all the way out in Texas. Now this storm was also making 4-inch size hail back here. I don't know if we're still getting 4-inch size hail in this storm.
If you're on the highway, just come south. Like it's very, very ill-defined.
Looks like the hail core really kind of weakened. I mean, you look at the hail core now compared to, you know, like 15 minutes ago. Like this hail core was massive.
We have a bunch of rain. We have hail off to the north, which some of the
The hail core,
chasers
we
are
have
getting
big
pelted by
4-inch
right
size
now,
hail
which is
back
the
here.
size of lemons, otherwise known as
Littlefield,
limes, or
Texas,
even,
Lamb,
you can
Texas,
call it
law
Easter eggs.
enforcement,
It really doesn't matter.
4-inch
It's all
hail.
2-inch diameter hail though right now. With
So
this
yeah,
storm,
max
it
saying
does
it's
have
dropped
one
down to like
producing
2-inch hail. So
softball-sized hail.
looks like it's lost a
In
lot
the
of its
town of
hail
Littlefield.
juice.
Again, actively producing
Looks
a
like
multi-vortex
1.3-inch hail
rain-wrapped
now.
tornado here near Lums
Yeah, you had the
Chapel.
4-inch reports
Very
up
easily
here,
could be a strong
Littlefield.
tornado. It's basically not moving really anywhere right now. If we look at the last 7 scans on the velocities, you'll see it's literally just been spinning in a circle. Basically,
yeah,
a
like,
tornado here. To the south
it's actually unreal that this
Littlefield.
tornado's been.
So if you are in this area, definitely
The
be in your
storm
safe
was like
place.
on
Rain
top
is
of
also
Lums Chapel
included in
like
this,
30
and
minutes
also
ago,
back,
and it's still right
in
to the
Lums
left
Chapel
of
is where
Lums
our main
Chapel.
area
It's
of
unreal.
rotation is. Further off to the north, we have a bunch of
I
severe
think it
thunderstorm
literally
events
lifted
around
up
the
right in front of
Amarillo
Lums
area. Very
Chapel,
slow-moving
and
supercells.
it may
Nothing
drop back
dramatic
down
as of
again on
right now
top
in
of
this
Lums Chapel.
activity,
It's
but very
unreal.
large hail and damaging winds are going to continue for the next
You
really
watch this
several
triangle,
hours
you
as
can
those
see
storms
where
continue
the
to go.
actual
This
strongest part of the
actually a live shot
rotation
in
is, and
Vega,
if it's
Texas on
touching
the
the ground,
Omega
it'd be
cyclone
right where
board.
this
And
triangle
you'll
is.
notice that it is very ominous skies right now, even back up in the Amarillo
Look
area.
at that. It actually, it came
So,
down and
we
looped
do have a big
around. Like the
hailstorm coming in.
tornado did
Not really much
this.
of a tornado risk as of right now, but we'll be keeping a close eye on it in case.
It's
we
not
start
even moving
getting
at 5
a
miles an hour. It's
little
just
bit of
all, oh
rotation.
my
Those
goodness.
storms
There
can
you
at
go.
least be a
So
little
it
bit
started to
east
come
and
in
south
about
of
30
that
minutes
boundary.
ago. You watch the triangle, see where it's going. That's where the
Let's go
tornado's
over
touching
to
down at, where the
Brandon,
triangle
who's
is.
in the middle of all of this.
It's all over the place.
Been getting pelted by some
And now
hail here over
it's
the last
still
10 minutes.
right here to the west of Lums Chapel. That's unreal. I would be so scared if I was in Lums Chapel right now. Just seeing a tornado dropping down in front of your house, that would be the absolute most scariest thing ever. I mean, you can't even really see it. It's probably just really windy and dusty. But
385, which is within a quarter of a mile where
yeah,
the
David,
tornado
we're in
is.
Texas. That's just unreal, man. Oh my goodness. These poor guys in Lums Chapel. I feel so bad for them. So it's probably just, they probably have constant 80, 90 mile per hour winds in Lums Chapel nonstop for the last 10, 15 minutes with this tornadic rotation being right next to it. It's probably disgusting in Lums Chapel right now.
Definitely in some sort of
I hope everybody's in their safe spot for this started, because it's just sitting right on top of it.
down in this area.
Can you get around it?
Yeah, like this is basically, so we have the red going this way and we got the green and blue this way. So we have basically 40 miles an hour by, yeah, so it's about 100 mile per hour rotation on top of Lums Chapel right now.
So there's a power
40
line
by
up here that
60.
has come
And
down.
this is just sitting there. This whole big circle
Actually,
is
see
like
a
on top of
line down
Lums
there on the
Chapel.
right side of your screen. That one did not come down onto the road.
That's
Here we
basically
go,
like
right
this
through the
whole
core of where this tornado
neighborhood's
would be.
getting hit by
We
an
do not think there's a
EF1 tornado
right now, but
nonstop for the
there's
last
at
30
least very strong
minutes.
winds going around
EF
where that
zero,
circulation
but
is, which means RFD
I
and
mean, at
Inflow
least
both kind
the
of
middle
facing
part
together.
of the storm hasn't landed on top of Lums
Making it
Chapel
look
yet.
very sketchy here.
Okay, you gotta put back around.
That's just unreal.
Watch these lines. That wind kicks in again, Brandon.
Yeah, I see it.
Where exactly is Brandon? 385.
Henry,
near
this
Lums
we're
Chapel,
in
south of,
we're in
Littlefield.
northern Texas right here. I'm gonna zoom out for you.
These other power lines.
You kinda I'll bring up the
Careful. The winds I don't think are strong enough yet.
CSVC outlook for today. This is what we're looking at. So we have a 5 or a 10% chance hatch risks for tornadoes in the yellow part, 5% in the red, and 2% in the green. This is where our expected tornadoes are going to be today. And that's just for general thunderstorms and stuff. This is what we're looking like. If you're in the green, you're probably going to see rain today. So pretty much everybody
This
gets
is
rain
sketchy.
today.
We're not in
Just the
sucks
severe
hour
weather's
quite
going to
yet,
be down here
but
in
it is
Texas.
sketchy. This is the sketch hour.
It's like Kentucky's going to get a little bit of heavy rain. I'm actually right here in
Thank you, Ron, for the super chat.
Cincinnati.
I appreciate that.
It's been raining off and on all day.
See a line
We look
down
at the
here
hail
on the left.
threat.
I see some pretty strong motion in the left.
But the hail's just going to be down here in Texas too, where the tornadoes are, it looks like. And then
we
the
might-
wind.
Actually, we'll stay on
I'm
Freddy.
right
I think.
here. Your circulation.
Look at the hail.
We actually got some wind coming up here
in
in
hail.
I
Kentucky.
see some pretty strong motion.
And yeah, most of the wind's just here,
Brandon
mostly in
just had a
Texas.
Go across the screen. There are flying leaves. Winds are picking up again here. In the middle of where our circulation is south of Littlefield. Saw some leaves go flying.
You want to
by,
watch
so
any of these storm chases? There's a
there
whole
are
bunch of
strong
them on
winds,
this
so
storm
leaves are
right now
naturally flying around.
we're looking at. I got a bunch of them linked in the description.
Okay, so Freddy's now
I know
reporting
Paige
big
and
hail.
Connor
He's
and
getting hit
Brandon
by
are
hail
all
way
at
too
the
many
storm
times this
right
week,
now.
and he's getting pounded by hail again.
Are we not able to get to an east? Can we go east to go west? Or should I go west to go east up here or no?
Looks like it's finally
At this point, I'm just gonna
moved on top of Lums Chapel completely, but I think the rotation's kind of wrapped out. Let's take a look at another 3D view to see what we can see.
This will be for Lubbock, Lamb, and Hockley County.
They dropped the
So Lubbock
tornado
is not
warning on
this
it,
warning,
looks like.
but apparently barely. This would be Lubbock County. This is like a
Such
really
a
small little
massive
tiny
storm,
area
right?
that's in it. But mainly for those in Afton.
And the tornado warning's
also be
back.
for those just south of Littlefield. So if you're in this tornado warning, you need to be in your safe place, away from windows and on the lowest floor possible. Brandon just passed by a down, or is passing by a down.
Looks like it
power
fell
line. That
apart
is it
about
right
a
there.
minute ago. This is where the
Here's your
tornado was
down
wrapping
power line.
out.
This is where we had a possible tornado.
Here you can definitely see where the tornado was right here. This was like right on top of Lums Chapel near
Minimum is
Littlefield.
very strong winds, but that is a
But
power
yeah,
line
after
that's
it
down.
had this brief, long, strong rotation there on top of it for about 5 minutes, it just basically wrapped out. You're losing all your juice right here. And it's still rotating pretty good near the ground, but at this point it looks like it's pretty much wrapped out. But they're still keeping a tornado warning. So if I turn down the velocities, you can still see where it would be touching down, like right here. But it's just much weaker. As I add in more data, that's basically slower the wind velocities are.
Multiple down power lines. There's
But
not
we
enough
still do
left
have
here.
basically a rotation going all the way from top to bottom. It's just not nearly as strong as it was.
Velocities have gotten a lot broader, but we could see a new area of circulation develop here soon.
But when you said this thing's produced like 6 tornadoes in the last couple hours, so it's probably going to do it again. It's kind of nice of it to like lift the tornado off the ground before it hit Lums Chapel, though, right?
Some of the damage again from the inside of this storm.
I'm sure they
in
got
this
pretty
area.
beat up,
They're
though, there in
basically
that little
the hail
town.
core and as well as where the heaviest rain is.
Even though the
But also where
tornado
strongest
go directly on
rotation
top
is,
of them, I
back
mean, they
over
got
south
tons of
Littlefield.
hail and tons of probably
Once again, this storm has
wind
been
for a
really
very
destructive
long
here
amount of
for the last
time.
couple hours. Not just producing multiple tornadoes, because we've already seen 4, 5, 6 different tornadoes now. But we've also seen really destructive
It's
hail.
unreal, this storm.
4-inch
Tell
sized
you
hail
what,
fell back
this
up
is
near
one
Littlefield.
ginormous
So,
storm.
again, this storm's not just producing tornadoes, but it's also producing very destructive hail. As a reminder, our risk of severe weather
Yeah, this thing
today
had
is
4-inch
elevated.
size
We do
hail not
have
too long
an
ago.
elevated threat of tornadoes across this region for the next several hours. This is our hatched area for tornadoes today. We did not have one of these yesterday, but basically we could see some strong tornadoes over the next few hours around Lubbock, Plainview, Crosbyton. Again, just outside of Amarillo, there is a potential for strong tornadoes, and this supercell is.
I don't know if I answered you, Henry, but
right
we're
now.
in North Texas right now. This is where our threat is today.
Boundary, it's going to be able to produce the threat for strong tornadoes. And back up near Amarillo,
everything's supposed to be here in North Texas, basically between Lubbock, Texas, and
but our biggest concern
Amarillo
is the threat for destructive hail, and we've been
don't think this is a very. There's some big cities in these areas, but it's not that.
Off to the north and west of Lubbock,
I think we got a lot of big country in between, so I think we don't have a lot of people that really need to worry today. I don't think. It's a lot of country, oil fields, and farms out here.
Continue to stay weather
really spread out.
If you are in this area, including areas like Lubbock.
I'm probably going to turn the stream off after these past these cities and stuff too. I just kind of want to be live when there's actually people in threat. Like if all these storms move back out in the fields, I'll probably turn the stream off, but I'm going to keep it going now temporarily while this thing's on top of Lubbock or Lums Chapel and Anton. I don't know how big Anton is. Should probably check that out.
Thank you, Candace, for becoming a member. Thank you, Kelly, for the super chat. Appreciate that.
Yeah, Anton's pretty big too, so they're next in track for the storm.
Strong inflow again to our southeast.
Not huge, but it's
the inflow starting
pretty
to ramp
decent
up again.
sized
We got a
town.
little area of rotation again trying to form just out of the south of Boehner. So that'd be the new area to watch for.
I think this storm just kind of sitting there still.
Distance at this storm.
I think it's finally moving.
Littlefield, you can see the structure there on the right side of your screen.
Yeah.
Again, the camera's a little bit laggy, but
Kind of lost the hook.
Right
The
now.
hook's kind of falling off the storm too. It's kind of. See, we had the hook back here, and now it just kind of merged all together. Probably gonna form a new hook out here somewhere, but it looks like it's also
media also has a similar view.
looks like it's also trying to have a strong rotation inside here
Outside of the
near
supercell.
Lums Chapel up in the hail core. It's probably just the hail throwing it off, though. We're probably just seeing the hail drop the ground and throw it off the radar.
Yeah, just sporadic. It's not bad.
But if we do see a rotation, it should probably be over here.
As a reminder, if you are new to
Should
the
have a new
channel,
hook
make sure to
forming out here.
subscribe, like the stream as well. Helps get this out to more people. If you have any
So we
questions
saw
or
we got
family
back to
about today's
3-inch
storms,
size
share our
hail now.
stream on Twitter, Facebook,
My
and other
goodness.
platforms. And we'll be live with coverage for the next several hours.
We had
as
4-inch
expecting
hail up in
continuation of very
Littlefield
large
reported
hail
by
and
law
tornadoes to be
enforcement.
possible. This is again a view from storm
2203, not too long ago.
at least at a lowering on the left side of your screen that's popping out a little
About
bit of the storm. West
32
of
minutes
Anton.
ago, yeah, we had 4-inch hail in Littlefield. That town's big. Littlefield got obliterated by hail. I hope everybody's okay there. I'm sure they got all the kids and stuff inside. There's also a bunch of, like, all the storm chasers in America are pretty much chasing the storm right now.
It's clearing out a little bit.
There wasn't even like where it impacted in the middle. It was like
Wonder.
ring around it is what shit.
I want to see where this is exactly on our 10% hatch risk.
Developing right here. I think it's cycling.
That's what we were pointing at. That mezzo down there.
100% cycling. I'm dropping south on 84 right now.
All right, we're gonna go back to.
Oh, I think this storm's just now heading into the worst part of it.
So again,
Look at
multiple
the,
live shots of this storm. Every chaser pretty much is on this storm right now, but this is going to probably continue to be a pretty big concern. Once again, the supercell is very close to our
Pretty much
boundaries
this
here,
is
and as
our
long as it can stay
biggest
along the
area
boundary,
threat
our
right
tornado
here.
threat
And
should
this storm's
continue.
just now heading
Over
down
the next
into
15 minutes, I do anticipate this storm to recycle and try
what
to
it
drop
looks like
another
to me
tornado
on the
as it heads
hatched
towards
wrist.
Anton and eventually towards shallow water just outside of Lubbock, Texas. Off
Yeah,
to the north and
you
west
kinda
of
see
Amarillo,
where
we got
it's-
some big storms happening right
where the
now. These are gonna
Oklahoma
continue to
state
produce
line
the
is. You
potential
can look at the yellows, like
some,
basically the
large
top
hail
part
and
of it's
damaging
touching.
winds. We're going to try to get
Looks
Vega
like
on the
we're
bottom
the
left of
storm's
your
just
screen.
heading
There's a
into the
camera there,
worst
Vega,
part of
looking
it
at one of
too.
those hailstorms. So we're going to try to get that on
So
screen
it
in a second.
might produce a tornado and keep it on the ground for a long
It's the
amount of
last
time
few
here in the
scans. Again, our
future.
initial tornado that we had about 10-15 minutes ago, that is no longer there. We are looking for this area west of Anton to try to produce a new tornado. So we're going to keep an eye on that. Riley has an update. Go ahead, Riley.
Hey, Max. So I'm looking at our storm, of course, the only tornado warning storm we have right now, and there's actually some new convection that has recently gone up in the inflow notch. So I'm looking right here, northwest of Anton, and you can actually see this convection slowly get pulled into the inflow. Oh, and it's frozen. All right, it's back. we can actually see this convection get pulled into the inflow notch and actually rotate around the mesocyclone of the storm. So while there's a convection in the inflow notch, it's going to artificially cool the air that's getting pulled into the storm. That will somewhat limit its ability to produce a tornado. In order for this thing to produce a tornado, we are going to need to see it pull this convection further into the core, get it out of that inflow notch, and throw out a new hook somewhere off to the south. What I expect to happen is we're probably going to see a new hook form outside of this tornado warning, just because it doesn't seem to be handling this convection as well as has handled other convection already today. So we're probably going to need to see some sort of cycle well down the boundary in order to have some sort of tornado potential.
Thank you. Oh.
Bro didn't say back.
Thank you, Riley, for the update. So yeah, that's the latest there. And that's also Picasso. Those that don't forget yesterday. All right. So again, this storm right now producing some pretty big hail. We're not seeing as definitive a wall cloud at this point. From what we're seeing, at least from Corey's POV, there might be a wall cloud still. Let's go back over to him. There's at least one that's wrapped back in the rain a little bit. Go back to big chaser conversions right there. This is back over to Corey Gherkin. He should come back in a second. Okay, never mind. Let's go over to Freddy, who's underneath this storm.
Super chat. Tessa, thank you for the
See his hand. His window's already busted from the hill. My goodness.
Thank you, lady, for the 5 gifted members. Appreciate that.
Got a ton of storm chasers on top of this right now.
Oh.
Okay. What happened to this guy's car?
The hail knocked off his
It keeps
bumper.
getting worse.
Oh my goodness.
I had
the right of way, the tornado didn't.
His car's just so beat up.
Every time I see your car, it looks like worse.
Life of a storm
This car
chaser.
is taking damage.
Droid cars.
Wow. Yeah. You got a bit of a cut coming around.
I don't know if you guys ever heard of Reed Tepper, but he's a storm chaser. He's probably one of the longest storm chasers in the history of storm chasing. And I can't believe anybody had ever rented him a car.
Right now.
He's like a tax write-off for Enterprise.
10 gifted memberships. Really appreciate that. Thank you, Lucy, for becoming a member.
You rent Reed a car, you know, that thing's back destroyed. He's been in his battle tank lately, though. He's been driving around in that, the Dominator or whatever he calls it. He finally got the Dominator fixed.
Lily, thank you for becoming a member.
Have there been any tornadoes today? We've had about 6 different tornadoes on today's stream.
Reed Timmer's even live today. Hold on a second.
Not even kidding. It's 6.
Sure he is.
I'm not even exaggerating. I'm pretty sure we've had 6 different tornadoes now.
I believe it because
We could get another one. I mean, this is.
There was there's like 4 or 5 tornadoes before I even started streaming, but they're in the middle of nowhere.
Producing all these tornadoes.
So I didn't want to turn on the stream until it got near towns.
Near Anton.
You remember him? Is that when he was born? I was born in 1981.
The supercell shirt count? I have no clue. I think we're nearing 600, which is absolutely.
Reed Timmer. He was probably like 10 years old then. I don't know how old Reed Timmer is. He's not. Yeah, he's live. Hold on a second.
Clouds. These aren't usually gonna. Well, actually, it's actually spin.
Reed Timmer's what got me into this. The weather. Once I became to yeah, he's in the battle tank right now. They're in the battle tank. Or he's following the battle tank.
Only I'm getting licenses out here.
I will not deal with
he's arresting all the storm chasers.
So show me your license. You got those greens, ambers, all kinds of colors on that.
I love Reed so much.
Let's get into it.
Looks like a Christmas tree down here.
He's like the daddy storm chaser.
What's up, Freddy?
How's it going, Edgar?
How you doing, buddy?
It kept weakening just west of us.
Yeah, I know.
The rocket kept going up in that broad circulation.
I love it when he screams and gets all excited.
Yeah.
Somewhere. It's somewhere out
This
there.
is.
Does anybody not have a cracked windshield today? I guess not.
Oh. Hey.
That was Tornado Pagey has a relatively large wall cloud.
Good. How are you?
Tornado Pagey's down here by a wall cloud. What is? I don't know where that's
concerned
at.
about this blocked roadway.
Down here, you can see that big wall cloud.
Technically, that's where the hook is.
Oh, hey.
Technically,
How's
that's
it
where the
going?
hook is.
How are you?
How are you?
Nice to meet you. And there's movement.
I know a fox and I see one.
Crazy.
Man, I wish I was there hanging out with
What a
them.
dust buster. Oh, yeah.
They're having so much
We
fun.
got a rocket up in there, too.
Big old family get together. They should just eat lunch together while they're there.
They keep pumping out on the west side, though, don't they?
Yeah, I know, man. I hate this wet or.
Curious how old Reed
So
Timmer
basically a
is, because I'm
spaceship in
43.
Texas.
I'm going to
Actually,
look it
what we're
up.
looking at. What was
Reed
that?
Timmer.
Let's go over to.
Age.
Never mind. I was gonna go Stormrunner.
Oh, he's 1 year older than me. He's 45.
Hey,
He was
Cat
born in
Jay, appreciate that.
1980.
Thank you for the 11 months. Huge
I
shout out
gotta-
to
I'll be
Ryan with
44 in
another 10
December.
memberships. W's in the chat
He's
for
45.
Runnin'. Really appreciate
He's
that.
about a year and a half older than me.
Make sure to thank Runnin' if you got a gifted membership. This is back over to Tornado Pagey. Unbelievable view right
I
now.
wasn't really into the weather, though, until I
Can't
became
really see it
disabled,
clearly,
and
but
that's when I
definitely
kind of got in the
intense
weather,
enough
being
draft.
stuck at home all the
Still capable of
time.
producing tornadoes here. Very strong wind shear.
When you get stuck at home all the
Across
time, you find
atmosphere,
things to
right on
do.
the boundary. Really impressive view right now of this storm.
And weather was one of them. Man, that's a beautiful view of that storm right now. That's beautiful. My goodness.
So again, just off to the west of Roundup there, right now near Anton. I think they're on 168. Also, this warning, actually, sorry, the warning back up in Oldham and Potter County, so back up near Amarillo, was just upgraded. It is now sitting at
I gotta go look around
baseball-sized
the
hail, so
radar again,
destructive
make sure I
hailstorm
get
that's heading
everything covered.
pretty much in the direction of Amarillo right now.
Okay. Amarillo.
This is also Stormrunner Media's view.
Yeah, this one's heading right towards Amarillo now.
Back there, guys.
All I'm showing is a
This has
flood
gone
warning
back and
right now.
forth
Let me turn off
between
this
being a
flashlight.
structure storm and a tornadic supercell.
I have a severe thunderstorm warning at least, yeah. There's a severe destructive on it, or no? Yep, there's a severe destructive warning on this storm. I'll leave that one. Looks like we have 3.12 inch size hail over Puente and Chunky and Gluck. It's all coming towards this area. Let me take a look at a 3D view of this storm. Kind of want to see
What were you studying?
What's it looking like?
Bachelor's in meteorology.
I don't know if we're starting to build up some rotation right here.
Bachelor's
possibly.
in meteorology.
I mean, this is going to be off because of the radar. It's so close.
Back to Corey
Look at the
Gherkin as
different
well. Again,
angles.
all of them are on the same storm right now, just different perspectives. They're all in different kind of locations. One of the most interesting things that you'll notice with all the different chasers too is that some of them are like underneath it, and then like
Looking
for example,
interesting
Tornado Page,
here,
further
right
back
in
onto
front of
the east of
Chunky.
this, with a more
We
clear
might be
shot.
having
And
a
again,
hook
the reason
form
why
right
it's
here.
brighter here instead of being underneath
That's
the storm is
interesting
because we have
looking
very
there.
tall cloud tops today. Again, these storms are towering upwards
Looks like
of 50,000
National Weather
plus
seeing
feet.
that
I mean,
at
right now measured at about
1,262 feet at
53,000 feet
59.4
for our,
knots.
cloud tops. So if they're underneath it, or even just to the east, kind of paralleling it with our sun,
I don't even know why they have
it's gonna
knots
look
and
a lot
miles
more
per
ominous
hour.
and
They're
dark.
so close
So,
together.
in this case, it's not as dark. It's definitely
It's like
more
50
visually,
knots is like what,
appealing to be able to kind of see all the
40
different
miles
features
an
here.
hour,
It's at least
45.
clearer from this perspective.
I have this one
We've
set to
obviously
miles
not
per
really seen that
hour.
much recently. Riley has an update. Go ahead, Riley.
Hey Max, I am looking north of Memphis, Tennessee. We've had
Like it's just
two
really at the
separate
lower
reports
end
of
where the
land spouts on an area of showers we have there with a special weather statement. There's not one ongoing currently, but nonetheless, who had
Is that a
a
land
tornado
spout that he's
slash
talking
land
about?
spout in Arkansas on their
Well,
big
land
radar
spout in
signal.
Arkansas.
Thank you for the update. Yeah, this actually might be trying to drop right now. This is back over north of Memphis.
I'll get a good 3D view
We
of
have
the
a
storm
clear
now.
hook
I
on
want to see what this
storm,
thing's
and,
doing.
velocities are
Especially
strong enough for
that
there to be a land spout or even a tornado there. So definitely something to watch for if you're back over near
radar's
Memphis.
kind of
The
cutting it
storm is
off the
very
tops
slowly
of it.
moving southeast towards the
This
Memphis
is what happens when
area.
you get too close to radar. You
Not
see
sure if
how
we
it
have any
like
view of
shaves
this
off
right
the
now. It
top
doesn't
of
look
it.
like it, but there are some cameras in the area, so we're going to keep a close eye on those. But
Cut the
definitely could
storm.
have a tornado there. Maybe on
Yeah,
the
I
ground,
can't
might
really
just
see
have, like, a
anything
little land
above
spout there.
40,000 feet
Just
when
off
it's
to the
this
north of
close to the
Memphis.
radar.
The
It's
other
just chopping
storm
off the
west of
top of the
Memphis, not
storm.
nearly as concerning, but heads up here in Tennessee. This is not even an area that is in a severe weather risk for today, so most people probably have no clue that that's even happening. So if you have any friends or family in the Memphis area, just give them a heads up. That storm is going in the direction of Memphis. Look at all the dust kicking up once again. Very, very dusty here near Anton, Texas on our tornado warned cell.
Looks like we have a little bit of rotation here. This just looks like we're trying to
Storm
basically
looks
rotate
mean.
throughout the storm. It's not even going to be on top of that little dip we've seen over there. It's going to be back here,
Try to
further
go
back.
to
Looks like I see some.
Corey, which the screen has now gone blue.
Yeah, I'm not completely
There we go,
reversed.
there
Let
we
me
go.
look at it from this direction.
This is Corey's view of this supercell, just to the south of Littlefield. The storm is currently behind the boundary, so it is a little bit more stable right now, but it should catch up again.
And these are really weak velocities too. Like I have this turned way down, but you can see it going from the top all the way through.
We actually have a, looks like, latest radar scan showing a new little hook forming. So we got a new hook echo forming near 597.
Really weak and broad, but you kind of see the storm is rotating.
Brandon Kopic also has a clear view
Not
of this.
Very scary looking at the moment.
Shout out to Roger with the very generous super chat. Congratulations on getting your degree. What are you doing? Or what
Does
you are
look
doing
concerning
was
to me,
science
though.
fiction 50 years ago when I was in school for my master's.
You need to keep a closer eye on the storm from here on out, because it does look like it's rotating pretty good again.
Like immensely. I've done a lot of different research
This is also
projects too.
Pretty far up north.
Especially correlating between hurricane accuracy.
I'm gonna keep checking on it here off and on now. I was really pretty much just ignoring this one, but I'm gonna keep looking at it. Rena, how you doing? Dallas, are you in Dallas? Right now we're up in North Texas. Let me go ahead and do a quick overview real quick of what's going on.
Jack asks, what is it going to look like in Oklahoma on Monday?
This is our tornado threat for today.
Recommend watching today's forecast.
We have a 10% here, basically between Lubbock and Amarillo. Big area, 10% risk. They just upgrade. We didn't even have a tornado risk today. They just dropped it on us. All of a sudden, like, well, we're going to have bad tornadoes, guys. So we got 10% risk here in the yellow, a 5% in the red, and a 2% in the green. And we had this one storm. Let me go back to this storm down here. Switch radars. I'm on the Amarillo. Let me go back down to Lubbock. This storm by Lubbock.
Who's also on YouTube. You can check him out.
This thing's dropped about 6 tornadoes so far today, roughly, in the last 3 hours. Right now, it's kind of recycling, and this thing's also been known for 4-inch size hail. Pretty much all storm chasers' windows have been cracked or broken at this point. Oh my goodness, look at this view. I'll bring this over. There's a bunch of storm chasers out here on these storms today, so if you want to go in the description, you can pull it up.
30 gifted memberships now.
A lot of chasers in there.
You got to get the
See
membership.
them like following the storms around. That is a beautiful picture.
Any risk for Lubbock? The storm is going in the direction of Lubbock. So yeah, if you're in Lubbock, definitely be weather aware. Storm's going in your general direction.
I can't stop looking at this. Oh, it's so neat.
It's actively producing big hail again.
I mean, that wall cloud's touching the ground.
In my opinion, this is probably producing 3+ inch sized hail. Got a big hail core once again just west of Anton. The CC drop on this is.
I mean, I wouldn't deny it because it has a 2-inch hail recorded right here, but
Anton, Texas.
Probably the hail core is getting a lot bigger again.
So
the hail core was massive. Like if I go back here, I'm going to show you back when it was like 4-inch hail.
Supercell.
Back here we had like 4-inch size hail, and this is like one of the biggest hail cores I've ever seen in my life. And this was about 2 hours ago, maybe. You can see how massive this hail core is. And this is already after it's produced 3 or 4 tornadoes at this point. And this thing's not moving fast at all. Sometimes it just sits still. Sometimes it's only going southeast by like 5 miles an hour. So this storm's been pretty wild.
Right on the shoulder.
Yeah, you can see like basically the last 2 hours of this storm. I want to show you another thing too. Like Lums Chapel almost got hit by a big tornado. If you watch this triangle right here, this is basically where the tornado's touching down. Look at these scans. Watch how the tornado just basically just goes all over the place, right in front of Lums Chapel, and doesn't go over it. It's unreal. It's basically dancing right in front of Lums Chapel, and then it just pulls up. Pulls up right on top of Lums Chapel. It's gone. So that's crazy. But they did get hit pretty hard by some. I was measuring about 100-mile-per-hour winds there at Lums Chapel.
Might be ramping up again.
And that's basically where we. That's the last craziness the storm's pulled off. This is where we're at now. The hail core is building back up again, and it's trying to basically build up another hook and drop another tornado, I think.
Expires in 8 minutes. We'll probably get a new one here soon.
This is just heading down into the yellow area. Like it's just getting into the yellow area, so this thing's probably gonna just start causing more problems.
Like a new tornado's gonna try to drop.
If it drops another tornado, it might not pick it up for a long time. It might be on the ground for a really long time.
We do have a bit of a lowering there in the middle of your screen.
The tornado drops in the yellow area. unhatched risk, that means they usually stay on the ground for a long time.
A little bit of a lowering on this now.
Tornado drops in the
That
red
would be
or
where we're
the
watching for a tornado to be right there in the middle of your
tornado
screen.
drops in the red or the green area on these outlooks. Usually they're
New
just
couplet is
shorter,
formed on radar. It's
briefer
moving right
tornadoes.
towards Whit
When it's in the
Park,
yellow, they usually they're down
Texas.
for a while. I don't know.
Right near
Oh,
the
Peggy,
boundary.
she's on. This is the storm she's looking at, just different side of it. Just looking at a different side of the
I
storm.
think a new tornado is going to drop here in the next few minutes. Let's go back over to Brandon. They're all looking at this.
See if there's a chance, DL.
they're all looking
Really
at the same
hard
thing
because
right
basically these are your rotations right here, but this is like right where the hail core is, so
I'm gonna pull over real quick.
we don't know how accurate that is. It's probably seeing the hail drop to the ground because the wind's blowing this way and the hail's going down. So
I think that's Scott in front of you, isn't it?
Latest scan still showing a couplet there.
yeah,
Not
the
super
normalized
tight
rotation looks pretty
strong
weak,
enough for
but
there to be a tornado just to the northeast of Whit Harl.
either we're gonna probably have a new hook form right here or here, one of these two spots most likely.
Alrighty, so
That looks like where
Brandon,
most of the rotation is. These two spots.
a lot of things have been lost over the last few days from storm chasers. We've had so much hail. Again, a lot of these chasers have even accidentally been in hail cores, and it's hard.
I'll take a look at a 3D view of this storm too now, kind of see
you
what
can
it's
drive
going.
on that are actually accessible that aren't super muddy.
Get that on my song. Or on something.
Anyway, Eric for the super chat, when am I getting an RV? I don't think an RV was ever my plan.
That's it. Yeah, it looks like there's a pipe back there.
A world.
Be careful going on this highway, Brandon. Here
Yeah, that really looks very. What's inside the hail core? But man, does that look like something? Huh?
Let's go to
Kind of see this line going up here all the way down. Both of
There
them.
might be a tornado.
I think
in
that's hail
progress.
though. I think that's just hail dropping.
This is,
Well, it kind of looks like what a
This is
baby
Friday.
tornado would look like, but I think pretty sure
might
that's
be
just
a
hail.
tornado there in the middle of your screen. You can kind of see it there.
Could be tornado. It's hard to say, but
Yeah,
if
it's
it
kinda
is, it's
looking
right
that
inside the hail.
Whoa! Dogs! Watch out, dogs! Watch out, dogs!
That is scary.
Yeah, watch out for the dogs! Watch out for the dogs!
EDS
Good
dog
thing
work.
is this is like in the middle of nowhere right now. I think it's on the.
And there might be a tornado back.
It's outside of what? Maybe not.
I don't
We'll
think we have
see.
anything
We'll find
officially
out soon.
confirmed right now, but there is at least
Axe thinks there's one.
lowering. The latest scan does show now a much
Witherall's
weaker
pretty
rotation.
big.
Driving south again. It's to the left.
Witherall's
Look
pretty
at
big.
that.
It looks like it's
As long
outside
as
of
it keeps going
Witherall.
south,
I
it's
think
going to
it's
stay near the
probably a
boundary and
tornado.
cruise
So like,
potential for a
luckily it's out
tornado.
here in the nowhere land right now. It's really close to this town though. I wouldn't say this town's safe if it drops one because this thing's been known for throwing tornadoes all over the place.
Oh yeah.
I think
Blast is
anybody
going
in
on.
this area is
Blast is going on.
under a risk at the
Big
moment.
hail.
Yeah,
reports
that
of
3D
large,
view is
pretty big
quite
hail in this
odd,
storm.
I'd
Again, this
say.
storm's likely producing hail up to the size.
Try to get another
of,
3D view look at that. I really
softballs
didn't
right
look at
now.
it closely.
It's actively warned only for tennis balls, but we have a massive hail.
If anybody's just joining in,
right
we're in
now.
North Texas right now.
I think Brandon's.
I'm also
got hit
set
by
down
hail.
to very low velocities right now too, as well. Let me speed up the
Is that you in
velocities.
front of me, Connor? Jordan, look out to your left.
If I speed up velocities, really don't have anything showing.
What about to my left?
Yeah, so we're getting
I'm
some
pretty
very
sure what we saw
isolated
back
hail
there is just
stones
hail
around
falling
front
to the ground at about 30
of
miles.
where the
Pretty sure this is just
biggest
hail
hail
falling
core
to the
is.
ground.
storm's likely.
The
gearing
hail's
up for a
just
new
so
tornado.
big, it's making it look like a tornado.
The storm itself is dropping.
That's
to the
crazy.
South, near that boundary.
It's like all these like lines going up and down. I'm pretty sure that's hail. It's unreal.
Paisley could be something. Oh,
It's like our big hail core right here.
I just saw it. Incredible cut on that.
Pretty sure.
I don't know what your visual is like, but it almost looks like there could be a funnel above it. With a big
We're not showing any rotation. I mean, it's rotating, but it's very, very broad. I mean, like a rotation's broad. We don't have any tight rotation.
More reports of
Did you continue south?
large hail falling. This is Matthew Capucci, who's also near this.
Looks like though, it's starting the inflow blast again though.
Very
Like right
dusty
here
still
and
near the
here.
base.
Kind of see
Yeah,
how
we are
it's
getting
kind of
reports
all
some pretty
splotched,
sizable
like it's
hail.
starting to suck in a lot of air,
Media.
hot air again. I think.
Yeah, I see the
Yeah, you see the higher velocities on the
Is-
inflow.
I think
This
a
might be
moment.
upticking now. because the inflow is really starting to juice up again, and it's starting on hook. There you go.
They're starting to drive again.
You see how we have the hook
dust
forming
being
now.
kicked up on Storm Intermediate's feet. I don't think it is anymore. There was some dust being kicked up, probably maybe a gust-nado or something like that. Very hard to tell. Or at least just some strong winds.
Looks like this might be our next tornado forming. Nothing at the moment, but it looks like it's starting to build up again for another one.
In the middle of your screen, bottom right of your screen over Whit Harl, we got a hook echo right near the boundary, and the velocities are picking up again. I think this is gearing up for another big-time tornado here.
Yeah,
west of Anton and Roundup. Huge hail right now, bottom right of your screen near Anton, Texas, just to the northwest of Lubbock.
Yep. Awesome.
This is definitely gearing up for a new tornado here in the next few minutes. Large lowering on this.
We have South Road right here, Jordan.
And there is a South Road.
Copy.
It's definitely starting to rotate a lot faster.
Which one you want?
There you go. You can also see the uptick in the inflow right here.
See how much faster the clouds are moving again. This storm's moving east-southeast at
It's
about
supercharging
5
itself
to 10
right
miles
now.
per hour, but you can see how fast the clouds are moving. That is not 5 to 10 miles per hour.
Just ahead of me on that east-west road. Looks like circulation just south, but going south now.
It's going south.
Pull up. Okay, so we're right. The hook's forming right on top of Witharl now. This could actually literally drop a tornado right on top of Witharl.
All right, tornado is in progress.
We'll get unlucky
Ground
here.
Contact, so a new tornado is in progress.
Oh, we have a tornado in progress right now. It's already on the ground.
That is
Really
a,
tiny,
brand new
tiny
tornado
one.
In progress.
You can see it right there.
Here near Whit Harl. The tornado itself right now is not actually in a tornado warning. They need to issue a new one on this. But tornado is in progress.
Looks like it just lifted back up again.
There's clear ground contact.
Just touched the ground briefly for a second. Real tiny little thin rope.
It dropped for like a second.
Dropped and then it just pulled back up.
Might have already lifted. That was a
That was probably just a blast from the inflow. I'm assuming that isn't a real tornado. It looked neat though. I'll tell you what, that was definitely neat to see on camera.
I mean, I don't think it's far from producing a more sizable.
That was so much
tornado.
inflow
There's actually
sucking
two
in. It
areas of
basically did a
rotation,
brief
looks
spin
like.
up on the ground there. I
So
think
we
it
could
was
get-
sucking
I
in.
wouldn't rule out twin tornadoes, but
It's not even in the warning either. Yeah, like
down
Max
again.
is
There it
saying.
is. So we have
They got to
another tornado
rewarn
now.
it. The hook's outside of the warning. It formed outside the
Harl
warning
is
back
your
here
screen.
on
There's
top of
ground
Witharl.
contact, so a brand new tornado.
Witharl, however you say it. Witharl. Let me pull
It's
that
also
count
Brandon
up
Kopic.
too.
Look how much it's rotating right now. Tornado's far left
goodness.
side of your screen.
The storm's rotating
See the ground
faster than it's
contact.
moving. It's actually nuts. Like this storm is moving so slow, but it's basically just rotating in place. It's unreal. That is so neat. That is such a neat deal.
I say we probably should take.
Or media has a clear view there of that ground contact.
Oh, they got a video of the ground contact again. You see it right there.
That's gonna get real close.
It's over there by the circle map down here on this end.
And there's absolutely no warning on this storm right now. I'm going to keep the tornado warning tag on because there is a tornado.
Only option you got.
We'll probably be issuing a new warning at any second here.
Driving out of the circulation.
I'm gonna pull up the map. So the hook's forming right on top of
So
Witharl,
just
which is
for,
actually kind of dangerous. I
perspective
think.
right now, again, there's absolutely no warning on this storm right now. They have not
No
issued a
warning, and it's on
been a
top of
minute since
Witharl.
the other warnings expired. They issued a new severe thunderstorm.
Not a
warning,
big
which is
town. It's not a
interesting.
small
They did
town.
not
I
issue
mean,
a
it's
tornado
definitely a small
warning,
town.
for tennis ball sized hail and 60
But the hook's
mile
forming
per hour
right
winds.
on top of this
But
town.
we evidently have at least a small tornado in progress, and there's no active warning on this. It may have lifted now, but there's at least been a couple different ones here in the last couple minutes. This is right up next to it, Storm Intermedia. I don't think it's down anymore, but it has been in the last couple minutes. We still have enough rotation here for there to be a tornado.
Yeah, now this is concerning right here. We definitely have some rotation tightening up right there.
Right out the window. Holy crap.
That is
Like a
looking
quarter of a
really
mile from this
concerning right
rotation.
there. I don't know if National Weather went to the bathroom or something. They don't even have measurements showing for this right now. They don't have it warned, and we're missing the measurements. I think they might have went on break or something. Should have a warning for this.
I guess I got to put on the tornado possible tag, but again, this is
Normally, they always measure these. When's our
should
last
honestly be tornado warned.
This is the
Yeah, I
last
think velocity
measurement
scan
we've had on
coming
the
up soon, it
rotation.
looks
This is
like.
way back here, about 15 minutes ago.
No, you're good.
change counties or something?
Brandon Kopic. I'm going to go to Brandon. Brandon has a bit more of a clear view here of that lowering. A little more zoomed out. Still rapidly rotating.
Please be sure to keep smooshing that.
Jonathan, how you doing, buddy? It's been a crazy day for
Latest radar scan is
being out in the middle of nowhere. I can't say it's the middle of nowhere. There's some towns involved, but this is kind of really spread out.
It is definitely still rotating.
Small time action with big time storms. Ginormous crazy storms with 4-inch hail and dropped in tornadoes left and right, but it's just not a very populated area, thankfully. Been keeping me pretty entertained, I'd say.
I see the dog. Careful, guys, behind you.
The wall cloud has gotten a little
We're in
bit
North
smaller
Texas.
over the
Let me
last
do
few
another
minutes.
quick review
Not as
of
large as
today's
before.
outlook.
This is back to Storm Media.
Today, between basically Lubbock and Amarillo, Texas, we have a 10% hatch risk right here, 10% chance for tornadoes. So anything that happens in this zone is most likely going to be on the ground and stay on the ground for a while. Then we have 5% chance in the red,
See how disorganized it's gone over the last few minutes.
2% chance for tornadoes in the green. But now, like, rain's going to be everywhere today. This is our outlook for rain. Pretty much everybody, everybody's going to see rain today on the East Coast, just about. Our severe weather's only like over here, Texas. We got lots of rain coming today, but not that bad in Ohio. We've only had a couple rain showers. We haven't had any real heavy rain yet.
Still rotation east of with Harl in the little hook area that we have near the boundary.
Yeah, that with Harl down.
Definitely still a wall cloud, just not as organized as before.
I don't know if we're. I don't know if this is back in here or it's still here. This thing's kind of sloppy. Moment. I don't know what it's trying to do. You can definitely see all the inflow shooting in though still.
What is this? Everyone's pulling in here, so you don't have room to back up.
How you doing, Mary? Hi, Paul.
Looks like it's been hit by some hail.
How you guys doing today? Just stopping in. We're up here in North Texas right now. That's where our threat is today.
So here's a view right now of this.
We got this storm here that's near Littlefield and
60-mile-per-hour winds just off to the
with
west.
Carl and Anton. That's dropped about 6 or 7 tornadoes today.
Still moving right to left. A broad
Looks like it's
area
trying to
rotation
build
on
up
the storm.
another one with a huge hail core. We've had up to 4-inch size hail in the storm today.
Outside of shallow water.
It's been absolutely nasty, this storm.
Really? I'm coming up on 250 pretty quick.
Brandon Kopic also looking at the same thing. We'll go back to him as well. Brandon Kopic also on YouTube.
But yeah, this is where it was looking nasty there a couple scans back right here where that rotation was. Where it's trying to form something, but it doesn't. It looks like it's wrapped out more since then.
By the way, if you guys are tuning in from the Memphis
the red
area,
and greens
the storm
together
was producing a potential tornado/land spout. That is.
Those are lower velocities. If I turn up the velocities more, that it's like a weaker rotation, but it's definitely rotation. So I turn up the velocities real high. It's not that strong yet, but down here in the lower ends, it's starting to ramp up down there. Looks like it's trying to ramp up down here.
What will the peak be? It's honestly hard to tell. I'm gonna be honest. Like, you know, when we went live, I feel like, I mean, we had like 5 or 6 different tornadoes, and I mean, this threat is going to continue for the next several hours. Again, we are really still on the western half of this hatch risk. Like, we've
this
really
thing didn't
not
even
gone
have a
that far
hook
with
10
this
minutes
supercell.
ago.
So I think there's plenty
15
of time
minutes
for there to
ago.
be
Like,
more
look,
tornadoes.
Right over there.
it was gone, and it started to form another one,
See
just like it is
rotation pick up
now.
a little bit here in the last minute or two.
Hello.
Right here's where we just seen on 3D view. It's
A little
trying to
more right to
rotate
left
in here.
motion.
It's gonna be like right in this area here, right on top of with our.
Little funnel. Yeah, you can see a little mezzo right there forming. A little funnel here. Is trying to form at least a more organized wall cloud than before.
What is happening
Max
right
basically
now?
looking at the storm right now. We're looking.
This has been
It's going there and right in front of us.
This has been such a wacky day.
Wait, where? Where's the other one? Right there. Just to the right. Oh.
This is back to Storm Media, also looking at that.
I know it seems like normal to me. We just normally can't see all this stuff because everything's always green wrapped. We have such a perfect view of everything today.
Is it handing off? Because that doesn't look as good now.
Not only that, the storm's only moving at like 0 to 5 miles per hour. The storm's like
Sorry,
hardly
Memphis,
moving at
Tennessee.
all,
Did I
but
say
you can
Texas?
see
Did I
it.
say Memphis,
You see the
Tennessee?
storm spinning
Memphis,
though.
Tennessee, my
Storm's spinning very well, but it's not moving anywhere hardly. Let's actually, I can pull that up too. Like, look at the actual like last 2 hours of this storm and how far it's gone in 2 hours.
So we got 2 areas of rotation. We got one here off to the right.
Gone hardly
and
anywhere
then
in
one off
about
to the
2.5 hours.
That's the way to describe it. This one's in the
Gone
middle.
maybe 15
this is
miles
like
or
our
so.
main one on the right. The other one on the left is a little bit low too.
Basically, the storm's only gone from here to here. Like,
velocities are
2
very weak
something
on radar,
hours.
at least near the surface. So I don't think there's like anything.
I don't know how many miles that
imminent,
is, but it's not very
I do
far.
think this is the area that we need to keep an eye on, as it is starting to form
Just
a little
guessing
bit more
maybe
of a
15.
lowering
It might
again.
be longer than 15 miles. I don't know. That might only be 5 miles. Yeah, this is the track of the storm over the last 2 hours.
Oh, yeah, we're not tornado.
Crazy.
They're not even tornado possible.
Just back to Brandon. See, look at that rotation. It's actually a little bit more clear here. You can see it right in the middle of your screen, starting to spin a little bit more. New Atlas, are we becoming a member?
El Paso. I was in El Paso in the Army back in 2000.
Yeah, there is a Memphis, Texas, but I meant Memphis, Tennessee. For that
Yeah,
storm.
it's in El Paso
was
from like
producing
2001 to
ice in
2003. Somewhere around there. I was only there for like a year.
Yeah, it's literally moving like straight south.
I really liked El Paso. That's the best place to be if you have sinus problems.
Oh,
So
yeah.
dry and nice there. Yeah, the storm's basically just south of Littlefield now, near this, with our old town. I think that's how you say it.
All right, real quickly, I do want to show you guys the evolution of this supercell, because I think this is pretty interesting.
Talk about
We'll keep Brandon on the bottom right side of your screen. But this is the last 75 frames of the supercell. Look where it started. It
He's
produced
talking about the
multiple
same thing I
tornadoes
just
back up
did.
just south of Moleshoe, and just look how it's going
He was
south.
streaming this like
this
2 hours
entire
before I
time,
even
this thing is
started,
just
so he's
going
been
in
watching
the
this storm.
direction of the boundary. This is around 5 o'clock, and you can see the timestamp on the bottom left of your screen. And this is right about now. So you just see how the storm has been progressively going south, actually in the direction of Lubbock, which is, again, a very interesting evolution of this supercell. And it's also been very close to the boundary. You can see the boundaries here pretty clearly. The boundary
That's
that was
about
moving
when I
west
started
has actually
streaming, right
gotten
where
a
it
lot
is
more
now.
stationary here recently, but the storm has been pretty close to this
Yeah,
boundary.
I watched
here
it
for a
drop
while,
4
meaning it's
tornadoes
on
before I
kind
even
of the
started
warm
streaming
and
when I was
moist
watching
air,
Max.
Side of this entire area, so our tornado threat should continue. You can actually see, by the way, a little bit of a couplet trying to form there back
It's
over,
going to get worse.
just to the north of Hodge. So we could get a new tornado here in the next few minutes.
I think it's going to get worse because we're just hitting into the 10%
hatch
hatch risk area.
Might try to drop here in the next few minutes. So we'll be heading towards Smyre and as well as Oak Dyke West.
Fog is about to crank right in front of us.
You guys are new in here and you're interested in any of the storm chasing stuff or any of the other, like Max right here. I got them linked in the description, like all the streamers and all the storm chasers. Yeah, I got no shortage of storm chasers in the description if you're interested in watching any of those guys running around chasing the
Velocities have
storms.
increased on radar to correspond with that, so we might. I don't know if we're gonna get a tornado here, but I think there might be one coming soon.
Do we have a west road? To
I
get
haven't looked at
closer?
the
Look
storm
it.
up north
Right
in a
there the
while.
middle.
Up here, let me go to that one real
It's
quick.
trying.
Up near Amarillo.
Good.
This thing just has a severe destructive warning on it right now, and it looks like it's got lots of hail still 3-inch size hail. This is over by 3.6 inch size hail. Oh my goodness, it's huge. Near Gluck, Chunky. Oh no, I already went through those towns, it looks like. Man, should have.
Wait.
But this one over Gluck and Chunky not too long ago.
Come on.
3-inch size hail. The rotation looks like we're starting to get a little more rotation here.
Not as organized. Like, if you
This
look
could
a
just
little
be
bit above
hail
where the
too.
base is,
These
it
are
is
right
not
near
as
the hail
organized, but
cores.
It's trying.
Yeah, this might be this outer edge
could be
here
a
that might be
photogenic
starting to
tornado.
rotate.
We get one.
Coming. We might want to go.
Let's take a look at a 3D view of this storm. Oh, yeah, this is way up further north. North of Amarillo. The Amarillo radar right here. This is just north of it.
Everybody's going to start repositioning here.
It does not have a tornado warning on it, but it's been tornado warned several times over the last couple of hours, and it's Also, so close to radar, it's basically
Anything going
chopping
on in
off
Oklahoma? Not right now.
part of the
Funnel,
storm.
not really. It's more of a wall cloud that's been forming here over the last few minutes. It's back over to Freddie McKinney.
It looks like it's definitely trying to rotate here.
Quick yawn break.
Looks like the front end of that storm's starting to pick up some rotation there.
Tired when we were on the tornadoes? Nope. That's for sure. Okay.
Pick up a bit more rotation when we get a higher velocities. Still there, even at higher velocities. So yeah, this storm's starting to rotate a little bit here up by Amarillo. They may rewarn this one again. Has more of a pronounced hook here too now.
Hey Julie for becoming a member. Also shout out to Tiffany for the super chat.
Yeah, the hook's been popping on this thing for a while. Yeah, they actually have some.
I don't know honestly.
Second one, third one.
National Weather measuring the rotation here. 7,000 feet up to 16,000 feet. That's basically that little green chunk I just showed you there. That was going up and down on the higher velocities where they're measuring it. Seeing how far the rotation's going up into the storm.
We've at least had.
Will we get tornado number 5?
This one isn't in very favorable area though. It's kind of further north. You see right here where the borders, Oklahoma and Texas. That's basically down here is where our 10% hatched is. This one's up north of it a bit, but I mean it's still a chance for this to become tornadic. Just not as much nadir juice up there. We'll keep looking back at that. Am I going to have a thunderstorm tomorrow? Where at, Sean?
I don't know if we are gonna. I don't know when we're gonna have a sus hour, to be honest.
My goodness.
Definitely not a sus hour right now. Nothing really sus right now.
That storm in the background. That is nuts. Where you at, Sean? I haven't even looked at tomorrow yet. Let me pull up tomorrow.
Hey, Pox, the super chat. Anything for Central Oklahoma today or tonight? Probably not. There will be some storms early tomorrow morning.
This is what it's looking like for tomorrow for rain. Rain and thunderstorms tomorrow. Where your thunderstorms are mainly going to be in the darker green.
Actually, going to look at Freddy. Look at the inflow going to the storm. Look at that right there on the
tomorrow.
Right.
It's going to be in the same area, actually.
Still not really.
So we only have a 2% chance for tornadoes in the same area tomorrow, pretty much. That's it. Rest of the United States looks good. Things could change though. Things have been changing a lot lately. We're supposed to have a rough. Is it?
Am I going to get out and chase?
I think it's Monday and Tuesday supposed to be bad in Great Plains and Ohio Valley. Let me see.
Spinning like a top.
So yeah, right here. This is 4 days from now. We might see a lot of tornadic activity up here 4 days from now. It's kind of far out, but this is kind of where they're thinking it's going to be right now. 4 days from now, like Monday or Tuesday.
Corey Gherkin, look at Corey Gherkin's view.
But yeah, once we get closer to then, we'll get the weather balloon data every day. They can basically see what it's going to be like better. How you doing, Bubba?
This is what storm chasing is all about. Getting out of your car and taking in the moment. This is honestly a really cool structure. I mean, again, luckily it's not tornadic, but it's a pretty cool structure. Still got a wall cloud there that's trying to rotate in the middle of your screen, middle right of your screen.
Storm chasers just hanging out, staring at storms together. It's got to be so nice out there. I wish I would. Southeast Nebraska. So Nebraska's got stuff coming up on Monday or Tuesday. It looks like.
Yeah, I'd pull that truck in.
Yeah, I'm gonna be paying very close attention to the beginning of the week because, according to Ryan Hall and Max Velocity, we might have some pretty big severe weather outbreak on Tuesday and Monday.
Where? Oh, wait. It's like.
What is that?
What's that?
It's like 300 feet in the air.
Is that a UFO?
What is that?
How is that up?
Is that a balloon?
Yeah.
The balloon. UFO guys, we caught it live. Caught a live Tic Tac on live YouTube.
I think we're about to get a tornado warning in Texas. Not on this storm, but off to the north of Amarillo.
Oh, he's looking at an Amarillo one too. Let's go back up there.
Increased a lot over the last few minutes. Look at this right here.
The one I was just looking at
on the latest scan, but definitely enough rotation here.
Oh wow!
Tornado warning.
Look at that.
Got a strong inflow going into this.
Wow, that's really, really tight rotation right there. That could be on the
And a
ground.
hook. So that right there on the velocities would be a potential tornado
Right
trying
here,
to
that
form
might
just north
be
of
on the ground,
Amarillo,
Wills.
so possibly could get warned if that rotation continues. Storm west of Amarillo, big hailstorm, not really much of anything else other than hail and some damaging winds. That is currently producing
Next
baseball
Friday, I'm
size
going to
hail,
have
which
a.
is
I don't know
distributed,
about next Friday,
heading towards
man. I only
Bishop
know
Hills,
everything day by
and
day, to
eventually
be
going in the
honest.
direction of
I'm not a
Punta.
meteorologist.
Those
I'm
areas,
just a
heads
storm
up,
spotter.
stay away from windows as that
I
storm
know a
approaches,
lot
the
about
warmest
how
storm
tornadoes
possible.
work and all that stuff,
And then
but
back over here west of Lubbock, we got a big hailstorm
I
right
can't
now.
read
It
all
has
those
been
millibars
mostly
and
north
stuff
of the
and all
boundary,
that.
so it's
and
limited the tornado risk for now.
I'm pretty good at
But
reading
in
the
the
weather
near future, we are
balloons
still monitoring the
readings,
potential
so
for a tornado as it goes in the
pretty good at
direction
reading the weather
of
balloon readings.
Beaufort
They look really
and
weird.
just
There's some
west
weird
of
looking
Shallow
graphs in
Water
those.
in Texas.
Let's see if I have some realistic.
Apparently that was Reed's rocket.
That was Reed's
Unless that's a
rocket.
plastic
That's what it
bag.
was. So it was a parachute on his rocket. Okay, that's what it was.
Oh wait,
Reed Timmer shooting up
I don't
rockets
have it.
and thunderstorms.
This is back over to Storm Runner Media.
That's just what you do when you're Reed
Storm
Timmer.
Media.
Fly drones and rockets into tornadoes.
A little bit more elevated right now.
Velocities are directly to our north and west. Oh, right there. Yeah. Hello.
I'm not sure yet on Tuesday.
Look at that right there, a little lowering there.
It's so far out because this could move anywhere. This is 4 days out from now, right? This could move anywhere. It could go over top of Nebraska more. It could go over Indiana more. We just don't know. But that they're expecting some severe weather. Let me look at day 5, see if they have anything for day 5. There's day 5.
I think there's maybe rotation. There's also
They're
rotation.
expecting these 2 days to be kind of a little crazy, especially this one here. But things can change, you know, because it's so far out.
Hey, Scott, for the super chat, been here for a couple of years since the crazy wind at the Minnesota State Ferry.
Yeah, well, Iowa's been getting it pretty bad lately this year. They've had a lot of storms on top of Iowa this year.
We've been live twice now for a huge wind.
But this is today's tornado.
Crazy. Corey has a little bit of a
got a 10% hatched here in the yellow. 5% red, 2 and 3.
A second ago.
And this storm down here by Lubbock's moving into this 10% area right now, and it's already produced like 5 tornadoes. So it's probably going to get crazy again here in the future.
That's the area of interest.
I haven't had an update on this in a while. What's going on?
Lines are still low enough to the ground where we could get a tornado. Velocities are still very weak on radar.
I think it still has 3.04 inch hail, 3-inch hail right here in this core. I mean, this thing has a massive hail core on it. That's unreal.
This is Tornado Page's view as well.
The storm is a unit, man. I tell you what.
This is a very interesting.
Literally, it's chopping half that storm off, but you can see all the hail inside of it right there. My goodness.
We have this right. You don't usually see these tiny of mesoscale discussions, but this is just for one single supercell. So cyclic supercell with large hail and periodic tornado risk will persist close to the Lubbock area for the next few hours with this supercell. This is actively producing, again, a potential for tornadoes, but also producing some very large hail. Right now on the discussion here, they do mention
I don't think it's that much of a threat yet, but it's definitely rotating.
Baseballs and even as high as softballs is still going to be possible here over the next couple of hours. There is some cool air coming out of the east, but our tornado threat should continue as this storm moves down to the south and southeast. The tornado threat does indicate that we could still see an isolated strong tornado as well. So we'll have to keep a close eye on this. Storm, again, this has been our main supercell today that's been producing tornadoes.
Go back down to the one that's been producing tornadoes.
Have not really been tornadic. It's been mostly just hail.
This is the one that's been dropping tornadoes left and right.
It's back over to Storm Runner Media, again, just outside of shallow water.
Looks like it really... oh, wait, I gotta go.
Thank you, Ida, for becoming a member.
I'm a couple scans back. Here we go. All right. It's like this is where a hook is.
How's it going, Mike? Thank you, Lana, also for becoming a member.
I don't know if that's... I think that's Inflow.
Some people asking about Monday's severe weather risk. Once again, watch today's video. It has all the details there. We might later in the stream talk a little bit about Monday.
It kind of looks like the hook's falling apart. Again on this. They haven't tornado warned this one in a while. It's got a severe warning on it right now.
I'll talk about it briefly real quick. This is what it looks like as we go into Monday. We are going to be live.
Max is going to forecast.
Monday
Here we
and
go.
Tuesday, it looks like, for severe weather coverage. We got a big day on Monday upcoming, mostly during the afternoon and evening, where strong tornadoes, significant damaging winds, and hail will all be in play. Looks like we could have a little bit of an outbreak, honestly, on Monday. So definitely be ready for that. Tuesday is not very different. It's going to continue to be a big wind and hail day, maybe a couple tornadoes as well from New York all the way back through Texas. So again, 2 big days of severe weather are ahead as we go into the early portion of next week.
Pretty much what I just said.
Since I am pretty much
I
done
learned it
college
from
other
him,
than
so.
graduation, we will be live on both days.
See, I haven't been able to see chat for.
So I guess I'm going to hang out for a couple more minutes and see what happens. I might turn off the stream for a while if this thing doesn't start to form up again. Because
also live on YouTube again, you can see the structure here. Actually,
I don't like using up the algorithm and having this get put on everybody's phone when there's no tornadoes going on. I like to keep it. We like to keep the stream live when there's tornadoes.
Right back up near Oldham and Potter County, 60-mile-per-hour winds, 2-inch sized hail.
Missouri.
Thank you, Kyle, for the super chat. How many
I don't
people
even know
end
if
up
there's
buying a
anything
shirt
going on
last
out there.
night?
Let me look. You're definitely you're in the threat for rain today. I mean, if you can call rain a threat. Like everybody in the United States is just about getting rain today.
So let's just go out there and see.
This is our chance for rain today. So it's like everywhere. It's even raining up here in Ohio. You don't have any risk for tornadoes in
Thank you, Ida, for gifting a membership. We sold over 580
Let me
shirts.
go look on the radar.
About a little over a dozen hoodies, several dozen stickers, and then also multiple mugs.
Wrong button.
In case you guys have no clue what we're talking about, Riley made a design yesterday on stream, which was probably the worst design I've ever seen. And it's now a t-shirt on shopmaxvelocity.net. So if you want to get it, it is the one of the links in the description. So shopmaxvelocity.net. There are hoodies, stickers, and mugs, by the way, available. So we have a little bit of a collection here. This is probably the biggest extent of the collection that we'll have. We're not going to add, I don't think, anything else. I'm not sure how long it's going to be out.
What part of Missouri are you in?
It just won't be on the front page.
Or where is
It'll be there maybe for like
Sedalia?
We are supposed to have some graduation merch coming up, I think, soon. So
it's like we have some rain showers over here in southeast Missouri.
Look at Brandon Coppick's view.
Let me pull you up.
Structure show now west of Lubbock.
Sedalia. I typed it wrong.
Also, the link will be in the chat.
Missouri.
Easier, just go in the description. Shopmaxvelocity.net if you want to get it.
You're like smack dab in the middle of Missouri. You're probably seeing these clouds right here.
Do we really need kid shirts for that design?
It's pretty much all.
I didn't really think about adding.
All I'm seeing in Missouri right now, just rain. Let me go up to this one. See if you can see anything else.
Did I gritty yesterday? Yeah, I did at the end.
Yeah, you're just gonna see rainstorms in Missouri today. That's all. Nothing. No severe threat, thankfully. I know Missouri is usually in the middle of all the nasty weather, but today they're not. Yeah, it's pretty much open skies other than these couple of storms down here in the southeast. Yeah, just these rain clouds right there. Yeah, you're like right in here somewhere. You might be seeing those clouds off to the. Yeah, no problem, man. Stop anytime. Go back over here to Texas.
Alright guys, we're keeping ahead of it,
Like, I believe they're changing the southern storm right now. It's dropped a bunch of tornadoes.
Yeah, I still see all this dust off to our east just getting
down here by Lubbock. I believe that's what they're chasing right now. This one.
But again,
I'm actually surprised that this thing really hasn't wrapped up another tornado just now getting into the hatch risk area. It's kind of just falling apart.
In New Mexico. We've had some warnings in Alabama and even back over in Georgia, but those are mostly just sporadic wind threats.
I can't say it's falling apart. It's just not. Its rotation's kind of broadened out
Tornado
pretty
threat might be
much.
gearing up again. Velocities have been pretty broad on radar, but as it moves down towards Lubbock, there's a chance that this does become more favorable for a tornado.
It's actually getting close to radar to where it's starting to cut it off.
A tornado possible label to the storm west of Lubbock, so we now have a tornado possible label for this storm. Hey Tyler, for the super chat, thank you.
I don't really have any rotation showing at all.
We need kid shirts. I need 2. Okay, we're
kind of got it coming in here, down on the bottom, and rotating around up here at the top, but it's like nothing major. It's not really pulling anything together at the moment.
I hope it does. It'd be pretty if it does.
Is Argyle, Texas in danger? Late tonight and overnight, there's a chance.
Coming in here and around here. I mean, it's definitely rotating. It's just not tight at all. Doesn't look threatening at all at the moment.
Shout out to DME for the PayPal donation. I really appreciate that.
I'm just meandering north.
Everything is bigger in Texas, including the hail. You are correct. The hail is always the largest in Texas.
Yeah, that's true, man. Hail is so big in Texas. I don't know why it gets so big in Texas.
Especially West Texas. We've covered West Texas multiple years in a row.
It's like baseball to softball size hail seems to be the normal in Texas. It's unreal.
You got a bunch of freaking clay.
But you know, in the Ohio Valley and the Midwest more and Great Plains. Great Plains has pretty decent size hail too, but yeah, Ohio Valley, Midwest, pretty much all like quarter size hail mostly at the biggest. Every once in a while we get bigger hail, but not often.
There's a PDS couch on the side of the road.
We might as well just sit down.
Got a random couch on the road.
SBC's
Couch on the road.
Cool air and aligned, so it does mention.
How you doing, Renee Holloway?
Out of Amarillo, I would not take this road.
We should do a short educational series. We might do that on our second channel.
We're out here looking at the tornado threat out in North Texas right now. All the way up here. Basically, our tornado threat's going to be in this area today.
It is more max velocity. I think there's a link in the description.
A little bit smaller of a circle, basically right around in here. The worst of it. This is our tornado threat for today. That's not it. That's our rain threat for the day. This is our tornado outlook. This spot right here.
Much on the second channel. You're not missing much, but if we do a Lake City tornado documentary, that is where that will go. It'll go on our second channel.
I was actually looking at the damage of the Lake City tornado not too long ago. That thing was absolutely powerful.
Back over to Storm Intermedia.
Had the power of an EF5 tornado, but only did EF3 damage because it kind of like grazed the north part of the town. But it
ready for hurricane season?
It did really bad damage.
Still got some time though until hurricane season really kicks into gear. Live updates on Facebook. We don't do live streams on Facebook, but we do post a lot of textual updates on Facebook. Facebook is not really one of the platforms that we're going to probably ever do live streams on, but it is one that we do post a lot of like rapid fire updates on, so definitely recommend you check it out. It's at Max Velocity WX. This is what the storm looks like on radar right now. Again, just outside of Lubbock, Texas. Still a big hailstorm, still producing lime-sized hail, lemon-sized hail, Easter egg-sized hail, whatever you want to call it, just outside of Anson. We do have an area of spinning right here near 385, a little area of convergence that has been trying to come together, which is what we're seeing currently with many different storm chasers. And we should continue to see a potential here for a tornado as this heads down towards Smyre and as well as Opdyke West. It is a low and conditional tornado risk right now due to this being, again, west and north of our boundaries, which means it's kind of in the cold and stable air. And as long as it stays up to the north, and I cannot write letters, but as long as it stays to the north of this boundary, the tornado threat will be low. But we've seen it multiple times already where it latches to the boundary and produces tornadoes. So that'll be a continuing threat. Back up towards Amarillo, we do have some big hailstorms happening up here. We had a strong area of rotation at one point north of Amarillo. That is completely fizzled. So this is right back to just being a destructive hailstorm, tennis ball sized hail continuing there. And the one west of Amarillo is actively producing 2-inch sized hail. Those mostly moving to the east.
Be a non-rain wrap tornado.
Yeah, for the record, if we do get a new tornado on this, it'll probably not be rain wrapped. But who knows? Could always change in the future.
It could.
Nope, Ohio's good. Just rainstorms up in Ohio.
No lightning. There is some lightning.
Pull it
it's just
up.
very occasional right now. It's
If you're not
mostly on the north side
inside
of the
this
storm and the
yellow,
rain.
red, or green area, you're completely safe from tornadoes today.
7 o'clock right now.
But you are definitely going to get some rain up there, most likely. I've had quite a bit of rain up here in Cincinnati area today. You may get some rain up in Toledo, but you don't have to worry about any severe weather.
Totally go. This road, we did a big loop. I feel like because I don't know what road we came in off of. Did the crack recede? Look at the front camera. There's no crack here anymore.
We're gonna turn south on.
Hey, Tim from Becoming a Member.
168 south.
I'm not tripping, right? There was a crack right there. It went all the way up. It
you say crab
or something?
I'm gonna give it a couple more minutes, see what happens here.
That is strange.
Did you just say you saw a crab? I don't know if I heard that right. Bro saw a crab here in West Texas. I'm awfully concerned.
Saw a crab in Texas. Did it make it all the way from the beach?
It's a little weird right now.
Yeah, everything's kind of calmed down lately. I mean, we still have big hail. Don't get me wrong. 3-inch hail's definitely threatening, right? But like,
I thought he said crab. I was like, bro, I don't think there's any crabs out here.
The
in West
tornado
Texas.
threat's kind of chilled out in the last 30 minutes or so.
Back over to Freddie McKinney.
We're watching right up in here.
It's only doing like 2-inch hail right now. So
West
that's
Texas land crab. You need dinner.
West Texas land
I
crab.
actually had lunch. You know, funny enough.
No,
Tim,
you're good in Toledo.
Lunch, and I was surprised. Like at the
Go
end of
back
the
over
meal,
there real
I
quick.
was
Hold
like,
on,
hey,
let me
I'm,
take
you
a
know,
radar up there.
Like ready for the check or whatever, and she's like, "Oh, it's already been paid for." I was like, "What?"
See what happens.
Some person that knows me paid for my meal. I was like, "All right, cool, thank you, really appreciate that."
Toledo should be good to
That's a
go.
good tip.
Just some rain showers.
I wasn't able to even pay for
I'm gonna
it.
check just to be sure for you though.
Well, it's always a good idea to have cash on you if that ever happens. Not much cash, but just enough to tip. Because they won't give you a receipt in that if that happens.
Definitely got some rain coming. Don't have any big threats coming to Toledo though. Just a bunch of rain showers.
Back up, just getting so loud, but wow, look at them. Oh my gosh.
Looks
Take a
like
look
this
at these
storm is
things.
trying to
See how
form a
big
new
they are.
hook near the outflow.
This thing might.
They're just little baby rain showers. They got no meat to the bone.
This is back over south of Anton. The storm
Just
is
tiny little
attempting
rain
to form a
showers
hook
heading towards
right
Toledo.
along the outflow. So there is a chance that we get a new tornado risk here soon. We'll have to keep an eye on this. Going back to Freddie.
Here, guys.
That's what's coming
Review
towards
this.
Toledo. Rain showers.
Impressive looking supercell here.
We don't have any kind of
Hey,
tornadic
Shameless
threat
from
up in
Becoming a
Ohio
Member.
today though. We don't have any rotation. Everything's all red. So no rotation at all. You're in good shape in Toledo. Radar back down to
Also, for those that are wondering, the kids'
Texas.
T-shirts for our
kind of look and
supercell
see what all's
collection are
going
now
on
live
out here. This is in
shop@velocity.net.
Indianapolis right here. Looks like we do have a bunch of storms kind of
Jane, don't send food to that address
all
because if you
throughout here.
don't send food there.
all through
That mailbox is
Cincinnati,
not a place that you should send food.
down here through Louisville.
By the way, huge shout out. I've gotten
Madison
several
County.
people that have sent me
Go ahead and put it back
graduation
up there.
Yeah,
gifts.
there's lots of rain. Looks like lots of rain
completely
here in
unexpectedly. I've gotten, like,
Indiana
4
and
different ones
Ohio
here in the
today.
last
that's
like
for sure.
day.
Yep, Mod Squad's best.
Somebody,
Look at Illinois. See if anything's going on in Illinois.
This is from
couple,
the
couple
the
rain
Roth
showers here.
family. They sent me this little cat-like
some people right now.
thing, which is really cool.
They did.
It's like it's hard too, by the way. It's just like I don't know what kind of material this is, but it's pretty cool. It's like a little cat.
Saw a funnel in front of your house in Toledo.
So huge shout out
There's
to
a valid reason
the
to
person that
believe
sent this to me, the Roth family.
How long ago was this, Tom?
Decent. Yeah, we'll just stop right here. Sorry about the cracks, guys. Can't really help it.
We also got
That's a baby
Like, get this
airport
out.
radar right there.
Cracks. Can't really help the cracks.
we got a NOAA.
Yeah,
mug.
Toledo really needs a
Look at
better
that thing.
radar, to be honest.
You don't think it's gonna drop?
It's pretty cool.
You might be wrong.
I don't think there's a name on this.
But a tornado's not imminent.
There's no name on this, but I do appreciate whoever sent this to me. Little NOAA mug. Also, we have more.
Just gotta give it some time. Just
Earlier, like
gotta
how
give it
long
some
ago?
time, you know, we've been giving it a lot of time actually. Who just sent a super chat there? Ray, thank you for the super chat there. For the windshield fun. Thank
Somebody
you,
sent me
Ray.
an entire buffet box of
Appreciate the
gifts.
super
I'm not even
chat
kidding. This
there.
thing is huge.
Oh man, just looks like all rain clouds to me. There might have been like a downburst or something that maybe happened in your area. It's probably what it was, just like some brief little downburst.
Shannon and Lily.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at Toledo right now. If you see,
congratulations on your graduation.
I mean, you definitely got lots of rain coming through Toledo right now, but there's no tornado threat. You might have seen like a brief downburst.
You got me some cat socks.
There's very, very slight little rotation like in this area right here between lines and oak shade from this storm, but it's not a threat. Like, I mean, it's slightly rotating. It's not even big enough to do anything. Like, I'm gonna pull up a 3D video of that storm. Like, it's really little.
They got me like this cat toy for cheese curd. It's pretty cool.
It doesn't have enough rotation to do anything.
Sleeping in that cat
Gotta turn up the velocities. There's nothing even
also,
showing up.
Shout out for the, they
But
also
turn the velocities really low. You can hardly see it. So yeah, there's really no threat near Toledo.
I'm not even kidding. This comes in such handy when I'm live.
You must have seen it, but you probably caught a downburst. I heard about a downburst down in like Alabama or something earlier.
He also sent me a T-shirt.
Probably what you've seen. Probably had a downburst near you. 4 o'clock.
This thing has so many.
It's been quiet here in Cincinnati. It's still really cloudy, but I haven't had any rain in like an hour.
Got some cat treats. And then, last but not least, we got a Buzz Lightyear. I don't even know what this is.
Or tornado threats, just like in this part of Texas right here for the evening.
Shout out again to Shannon and Lily for
just in the middle of nowhere, pretty much mostly. I mean, there's a couple big towns here and there, but there's just a lot of like oil fields and farms and stuff out here.
One day I'll wear the socks. Who knows? By no means does anybody ever have to send me fan mail.
This one has 3-inch hail still. This thing's still cranking out 3.3-inch size hail.
Information
but
in the description.
It's in the middle of nowhere now. We're like outside of civilization on this storm.
By no means is anybody required to send anything. I was honestly surprised to even get anything. So,
anybody know what these circles are right here? I know this is some kind of special farming. I'm just curious. Anybody know what these little circles are? What kind of farm this is? You see these a lot in Texas. You got these like circle-style farm
the balance of your streams. You don't get too excited. You don't try to be a comedian. Just stay, keep it steady and watchable. I appreciate that.
I'm assuming that's some kind of farm.
Riley has
one of those really long fields that have like the things that water the ground, you know, on wheels, and it goes basically rotates around the whole farm. I'm pretty sure that's what those are.
There's a supercell there that's almost reached the boundary. It's attempting to produce a hook and eventually a tornado.
Got something going on.
Thank you for the update. That would be this storm right here. So back over near Broadview.
Oh, wow.
This rotation is moving basically south as well. Almost every couple that we have had today has been moving south. This one is not really much of an exception. Moving towards Broadview and Belleville. So this is a supercell we'll have to keep a close eye on in eastern New Mexico here.
Okay, right here. It's New Mexico. Okay. We have something going on.
Hours, but over the next little while. This is the storm back over near Lubbock. We are starting to see a little hook forming on this.
Okay,
rotation's increasing on radar. We might get a new tornado with this storm here soon. I've been saying that for a while, but we've had some signs of it.
Yeah, that's definitely rotation
tornadoes so far. At least a couple, or at least 5 or 6, I think so far.
That might be hail. This might be hail. This is probably our big broad part of rotation. I think that's just hail right there.
You can hear the roar from the.
Take a look at a 3D view of this storm.
Just watch out because there's things driving by.
New Mexico. I don't think I've ever seen a tornadic storm in New Mexico before. Might be a first.
All right, here's the Buzz Lightyear thing, by the way. There you go.
I know they do happen, but I just started streaming a couple months ago. I've been chasing and watching tornadic stuff though for 6 to 8 years now. But
thank you, Gwen, for the Venmo donation. The NOA mug is for me. Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you, Gwen. Appreciate it. I saw your DM actually. Thank you.
Yep, they're right there in the field.
Noah.
This is back over to live radar. Again, what we're looking at right now in radar is west of Lubbock, Texas.
Really broad at the moment.
That has formed once again. Has caught up to the boundary. The velocities
this is a big broad area rotation right here, New Mexico, but it's not reaching down.
Mainly going to be over Hodge right now. If we get a tornado, it would go towards Smyre. They do have a tornado possible label on this storm. But again, the velocities have been very hit or miss.
So
We had a very
broad at
brief
the
area of
moment,
rotation.
like,
It's
I
already
mean, you can
weakened,
see your
but this thing
rotation
is
is
still
basically
attempting to
going
get
like
close to
this
the
as it goes
boundary.
up in the
It
storm.
honestly looks more organized as a supercell compared
That's
to
a
what we
really
had
broad
15 to
rotation at the
20 minutes
moment, but
ago.
it's
So
about
it
to
might
hit that
become
dry
more
line
dramatic
barrier
here
that they were
soon.
talking about,
Off to the north of
where this could
Amarillo,
actually
I'm not really
form,
concerned right now about an imminent tornado
could
risk. I would say if we do get one, I would have to
basically
probably
set
come out
up
of the storm north of Amarillo. Maybe the
tornado,
one northwest of Amarillo.
like
That one at least
supercell.
has
Sorry,
a little mezzo
drawing
on it,
a
very,
blank
very
right now.
broad. It's more of a wind threat in my opinion.
Yeah, this is hitting the barrier to
something
where
to
it
keep
can
a
start
close eye
forming a
on.
tornado,
The storm
and
that's
then
northeast
it's
of
rotating.
Amarillo
It's
is
all they're
producing
always going to
touch-ball-sized
rotate in
hail
this
that will be
area,
going
but
towards
to get into the
White
area
Deer
where it's going to
and
feed
Panhandle. It's
the
moving
rotation
very,
really
very
well.
slowly to the east at like 10 miles per hour.
Let me take a look at
Very,
your
very slow-moving supercell.
area you're talking about. Genoa, is that in
Back
Ohio?
over near Grady, we are starting to see again two different areas of rotation.
Okay, Dave's telling me what it is.
Near the boundary.
Those are
Over
crop
Grady,
circles with
Mexico,
a
and then the other
pivot
one that is
irrigation
just north
system,
of
and they're
Broadview.
mostly
These
for
are basically
corn.
moving south.
But they're all over the middle.
Back over
I
to
thought
Storm
so, because I know I've seen the big, like, pivot rotate. That's just in Ohio. We have big, straight, long, cornfields. We get lots of rain, so it's neat. That's neat how they like do farms and circles out there. Because they pretty much have to water it, because they might not get rain at all in Texas sometimes, right?
Again, we are still watching for a threat of a tornado here.
I mean, look how many of them. Like, you're zoomed out here. Look how many farms there are. There are so many of them in this area. That is unreal. There's probably over 1,000 farms just in this area. All right, let me pull up Genoa.
Freddie is driving across. Go to Freddie.
For the supercells funnel.
Freddie's got a lot of dust going across the road here.
No,
Winds are definitely picking up.
Okay.
Oh.
That is crazy.
Did you drop east?
But thank you for the super chat though.
Also, Corey.
Southeast of Toledo.
Yeah, similar look here. A lot of dust being kicked
I'm
off.
gonna leave this radar here for now. I'm gonna take
driving by.
from
Thank you, Nancy, for becoming a member.
Lubbock, Texas, because this thing hasn't done anything in a long time. Go up to Ohio with this one.
All right, I think they just issued.
Dark, I didn't have my this radar. I have to connect to each individual site with this one. I don't have my other one set up right now. I've been trying to do that, but
also,
I got to manually connect to the ones up here. But I like this radar because it has the most data. You can see everything with this one.
For a couple miles, actually.
Baseballs.
All right, it's up to baseball-sized tail. I think that might have been what the flash was. I don't think we have a tornado warning, but we do have baseball-sized tail on this storm. The warning was upgraded.
Basically, you just got these rain showers.
Still a
Got
tornado
towards
possible
Genoa
label on
right
this.
here.
The destructive hail just off to the west of Lubbock.
These storms are moving pretty quick too. They'll be in and out of there
Hand
fast.
up for the super chat. Gotcha. Thank you.
Put next to the Cleveland radar, see if I can get a better view.
Thank you, Maggie, for the super chat. What happened to Bat NATO?
That might be the airport one. Yeah, that's the airport one. Let me
Okay, so there's a report of a gust
actual
NATO
weather
here in the
one.
last couple minutes. This is Tornado Pagey's view. Look at this. Really
Yeah, I
nice
feel like I
view
got a
here.
better view from this radar.
Level land area.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely got some
There
storms
was a
coming
report
into
of a
you.
funnel cloud about 22 minutes ago in Hockley, Texas.
Over here by Perrysburg, Waterville,
Also about
Aspen, but it's just rainstorms. Nothing,
5-inch diameter
nothing
hail
major,
happening
man.
back
These
up
are
near
just little,
Anton, Texas on this storm.
little tiny rain showers. I mean, they can pack a big
Brandon's
punch. So they
taking
got a
big
lot of
hail.
rain, right?
This is Brandon Kopic driving through the hail core.
A better view. Yeah, they're not even. They're about 20,000 feet high. Looks like they're basically touching about 21,000 feet there in Ohio. The severe, there's like no severe at all in this.
Two back over to Tornado Page.
Like if I go to where we can only see the severe, it's the yellow. Might see a little bit of heavy rain, but not much. It's like our yellow patches are really small, like just right in here. A little bit of heavy rain, that's about it. You don't have any
Nothing out
rotation
here
or
but
nothing
dirt and
up
crabs.
here in Toledo.
Where the crabs are apparently out today.
But yeah, I didn't expect to get more rain all day. Like I was showing you on the outlook
Back
for
over to
today.
Freddie McKinney.
I mean, it makes sense.
This
'cause
is our
back on the
tornado
storm
threat
is
for
west of
today,
Lums.
right? It's just down in Texas, but our
Producing
pretty much
crabs and
most of the
potential
United
tornado
States is
threat.
going to get rain today.
I don't know how large a diameter
there's
of a
gonna be
crab
rain
is, but I
everywhere
wouldn't be
today.
surprised if we had crab-sized hail falling out of the sky.
Looks like the stronger rain, stronger thunderstorms are mainly going to be down here in Kentucky and South Ohio. Mainly just going to see light rain up in Toledo area.
Sunday.
But definitely you want to pay attention out for Monday up in Toledo,
Brandon Kopic.
because this could move. this could move into Ohio, then Tuesday. We're in the. This is 5 days out, though. You got to remember, but they're thinking we're going to have a pretty big severe weather outbreak on Monday and Tuesday. We'll have like a better pinpoint on it 5 days from now.
If you ever want to say anything to Riley, you can.
So these could move around, change shapes or any sizes, but this is what they are thinking it's going to be like on Monday and Tuesday. Other than that, it's pretty good for us up in Ohio Valley till then. This is pretty much the only people that need to be worried about taking shelter at all today is just going to be in this area down here in Texas.
Crabnado would be quite something.
Then we got these new forms starting to hit that barrier right here in Mexico right now.
That's what I do, just that way it doesn't have mine and yours, just yours.
We do have a wall cloud on this storm still. It's been very minuscule rotation for a while, but it's a very broadly rotating
No, there's nothing in Ohio.
Brandon is a little bit more underneath this.
Okay, yeah, then.
Freddie has a slightly clear view of it just off to the right side of your screen, right middle.
It does. It's just
a bunch of cracks.
Yeah,
in its
you're
windshield.
good, bro. You're good in Toledo. There's nothing to worry about. They would have put a warning out, but there's nothing.
And there goes some of those.
Nothing in Genoa. You're right here.
Just went across the screen. Tumbleweed.
right there.
Just rain showers.
There's just too much outflow, right? And not enough inflow.
Tuesday and Monday, possibly. Yes, definitely be weather aware Tuesday and Monday. If you look in my description, Tom, Ryan Hall, and this is max velocity right here. This is max velocity. Ryan Hall and Max Velocity both do weather forecasts. You can watch them every day, and they're going to keep you up to date. I don't do forecasts. I just look at the weather, right? But they both. This guy just graduated from meteorology school, or is in like 5 days. So they do forecasts. I don't do forecasts, but I basically watch all their videos, right? So if you bookmark either Ryan Hall or Max Velocity, they'll definitely keep an eye on what's going to happen Monday and Tuesday. And I mean, I'll be here too on Monday and Tuesday, but I'm just going to be spotting out the bad storms. I'm not going to be predicting
never
the
standing
weather.
outside when hail's falling out of the sky, especially in Texas. These hailstones are massive.
I mean, I can only predict the weather based on what we see on the SPC outlook, right? I understand a lot of stuff, but I'm not like a professional meteorologist. I'm a storm spotter.
Yeah, I want to see one,
But I know, like, I mean, if you want to be a meteorologist in Florida, you gotta be wrong a lot, right? Because like meteorologists are never right in Florida. They'll be like, there's not gonna be any rain at all, but there's heavy thunderstorms 30 minutes later. But it seems like meteorologists are pretty good at predicting weather in other places except for Florida. I just think it's funny that was my dad. Always make fun of meteorologists in Florida because they could never predict the weather right.
things are getting bad.
Yeah, Monday and Tuesday is when we might see some big bad weather, possibly up in Ohio. But, yeah, we'll see once it gets here. This storm has produced 5 or 6 tornadoes in the last 3 or 4 hours now. It still has giant hail. Like, we have records of, like, 4-inch hail up here. But, it's pretty mild at the moment. It's just a big, giant hailstorm at the moment. This is the storm these chasers are following. This one. We did have that one up in New Mexico. We go to the Cannon Air Force Base.
Yeah, and if you do come all the way down to the end of Fisher, it does not go to the east. You got to backtrack.
Really doesn't look too concerning yet. And we still have some big, broad rotation here, but really nothing to worry about yet.
Back over to Corey.
Yeah, when I first looked at this road, I thought
Definitely a big, giant supercell, though. My goodness.
Gotta get a bigger cutout. We already have one.
This is a absolutely
We've had a Trunknado shirt for
storm.
that was one of our original T-shirt designs.
When you compare to this storm and the one up in Toledo, right? This thing's a unit. This is a big storm right here.
114. No, we're on a dirt road.
We cut out the blues and the greens, and we just look at the severe area. There's a huge severe area in the storm.
Take us back to 168.
There's a lot of severe weather in this storm.
Okay, copy.
Is Amarillo? Amarillo, Texas, in the path of this?
Looks
it would be
like
Amarillo. Amarillo, Texas. We go back to live radar
looks
here.
like
This is what
there's a
Amarillo,
little bit of a
Texas
hook
looks like
there.
right now. Mostly hailstorms off to your north. The one northwest of
Here
Amarillo
by
is going through
Grady.
some rain, cool air, so it's not probably going to be as organized as our storm back out
Yeah,
to the
back
east
here.
near the Panhandle
2 or 3 scans back.
and White Deer. But this one's
Yeah,
going
we
to
might be having
continue
a
to
hook
produce
form down
hail.
here in New
Right
Mexico.
now, Amarillo is just kind of outside of where our most significant storms are. For right now, not too concerned, but I do think we'll have severe weather in the Amarillo area at some point.
Kind of crazy. You look at both of these storms;
over the next few
they're
hours,
picking
and
up
it'll
the
probably
same
come out of these storms right
shape.
here.
You got like the hooks forming on both of them, and everything else coming
Back
behind.
over
It's
to
going to take
Brandon.
that same shape.
30
as it
miles an
goes
hour
through.
for like a minute, and then I'm out of it.
Yeah, like right along here is where this dry
I
line
think on the right
is that
side
they're
of your
hitting.
screen, that's
It's
a
making
rain
them
chest. I don't
rotate.
think that's a tornado or anything. Or a landslide.
Yeah, I'm just literally.
Big hail
chilling,
core
like,
again,
it's-
just
I
to
don't
the
even
north
have
of
any
this
big
hook.
storms coming down right now. Give it like a minute. I'm sure there will be.
Yeah, I honestly wouldn't mind finding some big stones.
I'm not
right
sure
now
what storm
while
they're
we
looking
wait.
at right now, but it doesn't look threatening at all.
I have a brand new caliper I should probably test out on the measuring, so I'm gonna come back up there.
Back to Friday. Let's go back to Corey.
Probably test out on the measuring, so I'm gonna come
This
back
one looks a bit more scarier. You know.
Thank you, Michael and Greta, for becoming members.
By the freaking warm air again. Hallelujah.
Stones are pretty big on 160.
How far behind am I on this stream? Hold on, let me refresh it. I think I was that far behind.
Balls, without a doubt.
Yeah.
You guys know that guy in that white SUV? Because I'm
We have now
sick of the
officially
way he's been
sold
driving the last
600 shirts
couple days. Bro.
for this supercell merch thing. This is the design once again, and if you have not already heard, again, we have released youth shirts for this design at shopmaxvelocity.net. This again what Riley made yesterday. If you want to pick one up, it's one of the top links in the description, or you can look up shopmaxvelocity.net. Bunch of different colors, by the way, for both youth.
A lot of
t-shirts
interference
and
right
normal
here,
t-shirts. We
so
also
Max
have,
isn't really
hoodies,
going to be
stickers,
able to
and
see
mugs
what's going on
available.
with this storm.
Pretty affordable.
Interference, because you can kind of see there's
For a
some
reason.
rotation here on this hook, but it's
design
really
is
inside that
something else.
interference area right
Thank you,
there, so
Jack,
it's
for
kind
the
of hard to
super
see
chat.
what's going on.
I appreciate that, Jack. Thank you.
I don't know what's going on
Graduation's
with this
coming up in the next
radar,
couple
but
of
something's
weeks.
causing it to mess up. All this purple you see is basically interference on the radar, like maybe it's getting hit by wind and shaking it, or there's something in front of it blocking it. I don't know what's going on here, but we're not getting proper readings right now with that radar. I mean, we're definitely getting good readings on most of the storm, but it's kind of
I think his audio's on right now.
got some issues here.
Storm's still a little bit
in this
elevated. If we
area.
go back over to radar, again, it's been, for the most part, a more elevated storm here, again, behind our boundary, leading to, again, more cold and stable air, but it's still producing some significant hail. You can actually see on the CC radar, there is a huge hail core just south of Anton, and this will be coming up on
The one down
Spire
here by
as well as
Lubbock
the
that
shallow
produced
water
a
areas
bunch
here
of
soon.
tornadoes.
If you're back over in Lubbock, it's a good idea to protect your vehicle.
It's like actually left a trail of all kinds of stuff. You look at all the reports on it. We kind of show you the long track of the storm.
Southeast. But Lubbock could
Oh,
still
I
see
don't.
some hail,
I
especially
lost
if we
it. I
get a new
changed the
storm
radar when I
comes
went
through
up to
here, which is
Ohio.
like
I
the
don't have the old
December
dad on it no
updraft,
more.
which means
That's
we
the
actually
thing.
could get
Looks
a
like it's
hailstorm
still
going
moving
right
really
into
slow.
the Lubbock area. Hey, Steph, you becoming a member?
Definitely have lots of destructive hail though in the storm though. This is like heading into shallow water.
We've had some severe weather also over in Georgia. Not really relevant.
Like just the hail
a couple
part
of
of the storm.
hailstorms
There's
out here, some
Smire
damage
down
reports as
here.
well of trees and some power lines down.
Let's actually take a look
No
at those
severe
two
weather risk in
towns.
the southeast today. We do quite often see severe weather though this time of the year, even when there's not an active.
Not that we don't know what's going to come on Monday and Tuesday, Tom. We have to wait till it gets closer. I can't predict it. Like I said, bookmark Max Velocity and Ryan Hall. It's in my description. They do forecasts. They'll keep you up to date on Monday and Tuesday as we progress towards it. You just can't tell what's going on that far on the weather. They're predicting we're going to have severe weather on Monday and Tuesday.
You guys want to go sample some hail with us, chat? At least to go see it. Yeah, if it starts getting bad, I will flip around and run away. You can go sample it, guys.
Fire text.
Next part, man. Flies, get out. Like we were doing
Not my typing all day today. See how big this town was.
One hit the front, but
That's a pretty good sized town there too. I mean, it's quite a ways away. At the rate this storm's moving, it'll probably be an hour before it gets to Spire. But
I thought this week would be.
it's actually heading towards Lubbock too. That's where the radar is. Lubbock's a big town.
It's actually been pretty active. I'm not gonna lie.
Take a look at Lubbock. You know, I've never actually looked at Lubbock, the town itself.
Tattoos, bro. No way. No, this week's been pretty active in my opinion. It's actually been the last 2 days have been really
Lubbock's
active.
huge. That's a big
What's
city.
very interesting is that we still do have a large 10% hatched
Really big
area
city in
place for
Lubbock.
strong tornadoes, and the next Storm Prediction Center outlook is
The
gonna be at
Lubbock's
8 o'clock,
definitely
so I'm not
looks
sure
like
if
it's
they're
going to get at
move
least some
this
hail
or kinda
today.
keep this here,
But
'cause I
it's a
think
ways
this is
out
really,
there
again,
still.
our main supercell that's going to continue to produce a tornado threat, and it's just west of Lubbock right now, and it's continuing to kind of stay stationary, dropping a little bit down to the south. From what I've seen on the future radar, if we go back over to the future cast here, I'm going to do a little future radar action. This is the future radar here for the next few hours. Let's do this. This is an Oklahoma POV, but it also shows this storm. This is by 8 to 9 o'clock. Notice how that storm goes into Lubbock, and then after sunset, we get more storms back out in West Texas to the southwest of Amarillo. We could see a continuation of that tornado threat even outside of Amarillo by around 10 to 11 o'clock tonight. This would eventually continue into the early overnight hours as well between Amarillo and Lubbock. And then by tomorrow morning, we got a big line of storms that's going to be forming back over near Wichita Falls, Lawton, and Oklahoma City. That'll produce some damaging winds and a low tornado risk. Tornado threat really not. I don't think we have actually a tornado risk outline tomorrow, but there will definitely at least be a very low end one in the morning. But the storms that are going to be moving through areas like Lubbock,
Right here,
and
these are
Amarillo
the
late
weather
tonight
balloons
will
right
still
here. All
be in
these
an
little
environment where we
circles
could
you
see
see.
a
That's
tornado
weather
threat.
balloon data.
Also, Storm Intermedia just a second ago had hailstone size around golf ball. It looked like just west of Lubbock. Let's go back to
No connection.
back over to Matthew Capucci here. Never mind, his audio is not working. We do have a new severe thunderstorm warning that has been issued for the almost the entire city of Lubbock. So almost all of Lubbock, you are now included in a new severe thunderstorm warning. New Deal and Wolfforth are also included. This will be for the threat of tennis ball-sized hail and 60-mile-per-hour damaging winds. There is no tornado possible label on this. New warning. The previous warning has had a tornado possible label on it. It does expire in a minute.
I really don't understand why they don't have a no tornado possible tag on it when it's literally like smack dab in the middle of the
media is. So we'll have to keep an eye and see if they actually pick up any more hailstones here, or even
this
if they
thing
maybe
was producing
do a little hail
tornadoes like
intercept or a little
nonstop earlier. You know, it's
a little punch into the hail.
right in the middle of the yellow, but it's not. Doesn't have a tornado possible tag on it. It's interesting.
Here comes the hail, chat.
Let me try to go back.
I don't know what's going on here. Looks like we have a big blast of inflow right here, possibly going into the storm.
Freddie's getting pounded by hail. I guess we're gonna get a
car there.
Gonna get a little hail intercept from Freddie McKinney.
Coming down.
Hailstones are coming down here west of Lubbock. Thank you, Steens, for becoming a member, and Kasia.
Hail intercept in Lubbock. Ooh. Look like little baby hailstones, but you can see that the windshield's already taken damage from 4-inch ones earlier. Oh no, guys! If you guys ever seen those videos, those giant hailstorms completely breaking out windows.
Jeez.
Oh man, the big ones are coming.
Speakers. That was a loud hail
That one
drop.
hit. That one hit.
Hey, Ryan, appreciate the super chat. We'll see.
Flips out too.
Not sure about that yet.
I'm just turning around.
AKO. Oh, there's another big one.
Oh,
jeez. Right, now
You're
they're
fine,
gonna hit
Tom. Don't be scared. I'll be with you here throughout Monday and Tuesday. You can't let the weather anxiety get you this much ahead of time. I mean, you got 3 or 4 days.
He wants to come next to me.
You don't even need to prepare for 3 to 4 days.
Oh, windshield.
The windshield
What's
taking
gonna
a
happen?
crack, too?
Now they're getting big.
They're gonna finish that windshield off. Oh my goodness.
These hailstones are a little sloppy, but they are still large enough.
It's
I
like
mean, Freddie's
I'm
already
gonna
lost his
really
windshield. He's gonna have to get it replaced. So, yep, there's the crack from the latest one.
Some of them. Yeah, some of them.
He's gonna have to get it replaced no matter
really
what. So he's
big
just
in here.
in here anyway.
Just exploded on my roof.
This is what storm chasers do when there's nothing for them to chase. You just sit here and watch. See how's the biggest hailstone that can hit your windshield. It's already broken.
Why is it cracked? They were
Oh
already
my
through a hail
goodness.
core not long ago. I think it was earlier today. They already got it cracked.
By Brandon, he's forcing me to be lying right now.
Embrace the mentality, DL.
This is Storm Intermedia as well. Freddy is again there on the left side. You can see the hail a little bit clearer here.
We've got him boxed in. He must be the lion.
Oh gosh, they're like okay.
Rip to their windshields at this point. Storm Intermedia, I don't think it's even cracked. I could be wrong. It might be. I don't see it on their camera right now.
So you guys, I'm not near you. I mean, technically, I'm not the one boxing you in right now.
Okay, Brandon has to pay.
Let's go back to Freddy.
Hey, Brandon has to pay.
Oh, never mind. It didn't load.
They're coming. They're coming.
Let's hope that windshield holds out. I'm sure the windshield will be okay. Okay, all right. You know what? Actually.
Oh. Oh dear.
Oh yeah, they're definitely getting you. I want to get the hell out of here.
Oh
My
boy.
goodness.
These hailstones are not
You
small.
can hear them.
Oh,
Oh my goodness.
They're getting a little bigger.
They're getting bigger.
They're getting a little bigger than maybe. Yeah. Yeah, maybe.
I've got to turn up the
Wow.
setup.
They're getting pounded right now.
The unfortunate part is we can't fly. So if we
Ooh.
fly, then it'll hit our windshield and break it. But if we go
Side
slow,
windows.
we'll get out of it.
Side windows are getting hit now? That's not good.
Slow, steady.
The hail's hitting all the way up to the
We
yellow in
cannot
my
add
volume.
much more forward velocity.
When you see those big chunks hit, it's a lot of noise.
Just slowly turning this thing into a golf ball.
Insurance company's punching air right now.
We got definitely some hen eggs in here.
Yeah, definitely have two in
Yeah,
trailer.
hen
I haven't
eggs.
seen a baseball-sized hailstone yet.
Oh,
They're really getting pounded.
Some of them sound pretty big, but I don't think they're getting any bigger than.
This is Storm Intermedia's POV as well. They're right in front of him.
It's hard for them to tell. They can't.
The hailstones are literally hitting his camera.
If we were stopped, maybe. Okay, well, I
Still getting hail size 3.02 inch reports here. Live right now as we speak. And that hail core is getting bigger again.
dropping chonkers. Stop hitting the windshield.
Like all different size hailstones all throughout the
They're
storm.
getting cooked by the hail. I don't think Storm Intermedia is in as bad of a position, but
Get
Freddy
pretty
has
close to
been
the radar
pounded
now.
by the hail. At least getting a little smaller. It's not nearly as loud of thumps.
I'm not sure what national weather's measuring right here with that triangle. I think
Why
that's
are we
the
live if there's no
inflow.
tornado warnings? We've had plenty, and we go live even when there's
I
no
think they're
tornado
measuring the
warnings, believe it or
inflow notch. I think it's starting to suck in a lot of air right now.
not. You still do coverage, especially since
They're-
we have a
they're
10%
recording-
hatch tornado risk today.
Looking at 960
All right,
feet
everybody's
all the way
parking
up to
here. Maybe we'll get
30,000
more
feet.
hail here in a minute.
Up to 3.1 to 2.9 strength.
Behind us.
Up at 27 to 30,000 feet.
They're following us.
Let me actually see if I can see on the
Copy and
radar.
Connor are both taking a
if I turn
pounding.
up
We're
the
all
angles of
there's
what
like
they're
4 of them, I think. Yeah,
looking
there's
at.
4 of them all in the same spot here.
Actually turning up the angle of the radar.
Yeah,
right
I mean,
now.
legitimately, this is Freddy's POV.
We gotta go somewhere
Right
soon,
side,
though,
I don't know who's exactly who. Left side is definitely Connor. That windshield's broken. Or
Yeah,
the
we
back
could
shield's
go
broken.
Mile west.
Middle
Looks like there's another south road.
is who's middle? I don't know who middle is. Oh, there's 5 of them. Okay, so there's Brandon, somebody else.
Oh my gosh, this is funny.
I don't know who else is here. There's it's
I
a
can't
bunch
believe
of
the
people.
road just like turns into that. It
Freddy
turns into,
Storm
like, a
Intermedia,
Bob's Road.
Connor, Brandon,
It
and one
literally
other
turns
person.
into Bob's Road.
You gotta give me the lore about Bob's Road.
The lore
This
about
is something
Bob's
to be
Road.
concerned about here coming up,
You don't know
but
what
they're
Bob's Road is?
definitely looking at this very
Never
close.
heard of
This
Bob's
blast
Road.
of wind coming in.
I don't know what
It's
they're
not
talking
just
about.
like that's just like internet.
This could definitely cause
yeah,
this
it's like a
storm
beach.
to
It's Jordan Hall. Okay,
pick
that's
back
it.
up
Bob's Road
again.
is
Jordan
just
Hall's
like
the
the
other
most
The rotation.
just like sketchy roads.
It's going to be feeding into this hook back here.
Tornado Pagey is
see what
also now in the
happens.
hail core. A lot of small hail. Might get larger like it did with the other chasers here in the last few minutes. Wow. Alright, we're definitely getting more hail here.
I'm going to make a new window just for Tom.
Jeez. Is that the Dominator? Yeah, that's it.
Setting up a new
Breed's-
radar just
Breed's
for you,
car right
Tom.
there. They don't care about the
Let
hail.
me get up to Toledo with it. Let me make sure it's inside the window so you can see it. A little bit more.
This is what's going to be upcoming towards Lubbock. It might just stay to the west of Lubbock, but it's not far from the area of Lubbock. Look at Freddy. What's Freddy doing?
Oh, it's getting worse. There's no way. No.
What happened to Freddy?
No. We're fishtailing.
Oh,
Definitely got some rain in Toledo.
Are they getting stuck?
Just keep the power down. Power down.
Oh no. All these chasers might be about to get stuck.
Oh no.
No.
Take it slow, but do not stop.
What's going on?
Give it the beans.
What are they screaming about?
There's a lot of people here. There's Connor, there's Jordan, there's Brandon, there's Freddy. They might all be about to get stuck.
I think we got
They
it.
ain't stuck in the mud and
Oh,
hail.
we got it. Okay. Maybe. I don't trust this road at all.
I think it's Clay Road. Clay Road.
Clay Road
Beans,
in the
boys.
mush.
Give it the beans.
You guys are goofballs.
This is the Connor effect. Them being near Connor.
So here's Toledo for you, buddy.
Also, tennis ball size hail has been observed on this storm.
No, all right. Yeah, it's just rain showers. So you got
Get
really
off that
nothing to
road.
worry
How
about
are we
up
gonna
here.
get off? There's no other roads here for like at least a
Take
little
a big
bit.
cut out of your area.
This is fun. Oh.
Little tiny baby little rain showers here in Toledo.
Dude, it's what even is this?
No
road?
rotation at all. I got this one set up just for you though, Tom, so we can come back and check Toledo whenever you're worried.
Everyone slow down. I got somebody in front of me that is going about 10.
Uh-oh.
Lovely.
This is the storm up here by the Air Force Base. Let's actually move this.
Sketchy road?
Okay.
Now we have somebody going 10 mile an hour.
Yeah, this
We'll have 3-inch size hail here. Near Grady, Broadview, and Bellevue in New Mexico. Let me actually pull that up. I was meaning to pull up Grady because this is kind of where the dry line's starting. So if we do have a tornado form, it'll be like right down through here somewhere.
Donation. Culver's X Max Velocity Merge win. I wish.
All right, let's grab the map. Grady, New Mexico.
Something.
I think we have escaped.
I think they're good now. If they were any later than that, I think they would have actually all been stuck. I'm not gonna lie.
It's a pretty small town, but the storm's basically moving along these lines. Like, they're not even seeing any rain. Just the hook of the storm's basically reaching out and going over Brady and then Broadview.
We just all witnessed.
This could be a scary situation for them if this decides to spin up, because
otherwise they would have probably been stuck.
they won't see any rain or nothing. Just a funnel will like swoop right over them if it does happen. They're all really small towns, so looks like you could easily miss them if it does form anything up. And right now it's just got a severe thunderstorm threat on it, but it's. I want to say it's rotating, but I can't really tell because we have so much interference right here, a big man interference. But it definitely looked like it had a hook there for a while. We can't even get like proper readings off this right now. Like right here, this scan has looked very, very suspicious at that point. But like I say, we're definitely in the big bad band of interference, so it's not going to let us see much. I mean, I could even do a 3D view of this, but basically everything in this southern part of the storm is going to be
Wasn't it a year ago now
cut
that
out
Max
or
got a ticket from Kentucky?
interference
No,
is
that
not
would've been
showing
South
it.
Carolina. And yeah, that was about a year ago from today.
It's a big storm.
Almost. It happened in early May, I'm pretty sure.
Definitely cranking, has giant hail, and very possible for this thing to make a tornado in the future.
Bro, if every one of them got stuck, that would have been actually crazy. Like, that would have been the biggest chaser convergence of getting stuck in mud I've ever seen.
That's our biggest hail core right here. That's where the biggest force of the hail's coming down. The rotation would be down through here if we actually get a good view of the radar at some point.
That's true. I didn't actually know why everybody was turning like going west.
Yeah, that's where it's kind of reaching down. So that's where the worst part of the rotation would be right here. I mean, this is very low velocities, but that's where the basically the rotation would come down at if it starts rotating more. Assuming it's, you know, I'm assuming this is legit because it's right inside the interference band. But
oh, that button.
Yeah, it'll still be coming down through here.
I think what we saw was probably not even as bad as.
I think that's why Max isn't really talking a lot about this either, because this he's using Radar Omega, and Radar Omega just basically cancels out the purple interference bands. It just pretends like it's not there, so it kind of just leaves it out on Radar Omega. That's like the only reason why I don't use Radar Omega all the time is because of that reason. It doesn't show the interference. I think it's like super important when you're trying to make sense of things. 4-inch size hail now. Oh my goodness, 4.47-inch hail is absolutely massive.
That has not watched that movie.
How big's a DVD? Like 5-inch? That's some huge hail.
That should just be canceled. Just
where are they getting the machine from? Not even reported by law enforcement or nothing. It just says 4.47-inch size hail.
Bro, when that movie released,
Look at that.
I'm pretty sure I had so many exams going on.
It's like moving up into the highest possible. Like green. It's turning green in here. Bright green.
We do have a little area of rotation developing northeast of Amarillo. Something to watch for. 2-inch size tail possible.
Northeast of Amarillo.
Looks like Matthew Capucci has a little bit of a little lowering here. Audio's glitched, but a little lowering here just off to the west of Lubbock.
Going back to Toledo for you real quick, Tom. What it looks like in Toledo. We got Genoa's getting hit by a rainstorm right now. Sure, you keep your windows rolled up, buddy.
Yeah, the new one, not the old
one. Stay safe, Tom.
I watched the old one before.
Don't get too wet, bro.
I watched the old one a couple times. I haven't watched it probably in like 6 or 7 years, though. If I had to guess.
And now let's go back to... Yeah, that's the one in New Mexico. That's basically almost its way, almost all into Texas now.
Ideal chase vehicle? I'm not gonna lie, I don't know. I don't know what I would chase in. Honestly, let's just pull out the.
I don't even think I have a radar at the Amarillo storm. I'm just gonna have to take this one.
Put that cyber beast into action.
So there's a little bit of a rotation on this one over here near Amarillo.
There's a storm moving.
Doesn't even have a severe thunderstorm warning on it.
We're not catching up to it. Sounds like a great time. I'm not gonna lie.
Maybe I had a couple scans
back.
back.
Nebraska, there's nowhere to charge.
Yeah, it looked like it had a little bit of rotation there.
Chasing a Lambo? Yeah, that'd be a field day with insurance.
Pretty much gone again, though. Just broadened right out.
Matthew Capucci on my radar. He's currently looking at a little...
I think this one, yeah, it's still really close to the Amarillo radar, too.
Go back over to Corey so we can get some audio.
If anybody's just tuning in and wondering where we're at, this is basically... We're in the northern area of Texas here. This is where our threat is for today. This storm down here where you see lots of labels and stuff, this thing produced about 5 or 6 tornadoes in the last 4 hours. It hasn't done anything in the last hour. Still got big giant hail though. And this is basically our threat. How you doing, Keys?
This is so comfortable,
hey man, nice to see you stopping in. This is our tornado threat for today. We got 10% hash risk here in the yellow, 5% in the red, and 2% in the green.
Very comfortable.
I don't know, maybe kinda. I've been trying. I've been trying not to stream as much when the weather's not that bad, but
this is the legit supercell. The other one is the.
I feel bad when I sit here and just ramble on when we don't have any tornadoes going on, but I just don't want to like turn off the stream. The next thing you know, one of these things drops a tornado again. Right after, but these things all have ginormous hail, so these storms aren't like safe to be around outside. Obviously,
way better. Well, it obviously is because we sold.
Oh yeah, we have like these are the big storms that are
the actual supercell shirts,
threatening. Like, these are our big hailers right now, and they all have a chance for a tornado in this area. It's just not going to happen right at the moment. We actually have a new one down here in Lovington. What is that? I haven't even looked at this one. Let's go down to that one.
Yeah, I mean, this is the difference, right? We got a actual phenomenal design, or we did.
Let's look down at Lovington.
Front page thing for it, but this is
Fulton MS tornado.
Apparently, that has sold like hotcakes.
What's Fulton? You talking about Fulton, Minnesota? Was there a tornado in Fulton?
But we have a bunch of stuff for that mugs.
Look at that rotation down there. I need to get down to KLBB. Hold on.
In my opinion, it looks way better. This is the one I'm wearing right now. It's the autumn one.
The Lubbock radar.
This was, by the way, this is not AI. It's 100% hand drawn by one of our artists, I cannot speak, named Cat.
So far from radar. This thing's showing 3.08 inch size hail in this one too by Lovington.
Pretty lit design.
Lovington getting smashed by hail right now. This hail core is directly on top of Lovington. Oh my goodness. Let me pull up Lovington. That's in New Mexico too, I think.
Need a shirt? I'm not gonna lie. There's so many good shirt ideas that I could.
Oh, you want to see what Fulton, Mississippi looks like? Yeah, hold on a second.
Baseball-sized hail has been reported in
I'll go over there in just a minute.
Texas, as of about 10 minutes
Everybody's supposed to be getting rain showers today, pretty much. So Lovington's actually getting obliterated by 3-inch hail right now.
I'm starting to organize a little bit now.
3-inch hail can't be good for all these farms, I'm assuming. Probably very damaging for crops. Big, massive hail core there in Lovington. I'll take the Toledo radar down to Mississippi. Real quick, if you're still here, Tom, I'm just showing you we have nothing but rainstorms in Genoa right now. No severe weather at all, just some rainstorms.
I'll go to that gas station real quick and top off. I still got over half tank, but I kind of want to do it just for safety's sake.
Good idea. I got a 10-200, so I wondered if we'll be able to get into that gas station. I went there. I got shrimp bread, man. I got shrimp.
I forget where
That does not sound like a good idea.
what part of Mississippi and Fulton?
Yeah, gas station shrimp is high risk, high reward. What's the reward? Oh, your car just looks like it's falling apart. Shrimp is good, but I don't know if I trust shrimp from a freaking gas station.
You're up in the north. Oh, I remember looking you up before. You're way up north. Looks like southern Mississippi.
That sounds terrible.
Louisiana.
What idea is that?
A lot of storms down here. They got a flood watch down here.
Well, gas is going to be a rough one, it looks like.
Those rotating. I think we have some rotation down here. 42 mile per hour winds down here. I didn't know it was this crazy down here. That's actually some pretty nasty thunderstorms down here in Louisiana. And, I mean, they're kind of heading into Mississippi. Let me connect this real quick. Doesn't want to load this radar. I don't think this one's working. Oh, I guess that one's not going to load. I've had issues with that before.
A new tornado warning has been issued.
Got a new tornado warning.
We have a tornado warning in Kentucky.
Kentucky. We have a tornado warning in Kentucky,
We
guys.
have a tornado warning in Kentucky.
All right, stuff's getting a little crazy, I guess. Okay, so here's Mississippi. It definitely looks like we have a big band of showers here. We actually have some rotation in Mississippi. That's odd.
Where's Greenup?
Seeing all kinds of rotation around here. I mean, nothing's warned or anything yet. We definitely have some rotation in
Why
Mississippi.
would I not see this? Oh, it's up here. Okay, so this is coming back up near Ironton, going towards Lawrence. So they'll have to issue a new tornado
I
warning.
mean, we definitely have
that is heading towards
huge band of
Lawrence
rain showers in
southern
Mississippi.
Ohio.
Let me go up further north and see.
This is a really
Near
tiny
Fulton.
tornado warning. It really should be over here, or it should be going into Ohio. But if you are in this warning,
Give me a
seek
few
shelter
minutes, Maverick. I'll go up
away
there.
from windows and on the lowest floor possible.
I'm gonna
Very
make my
tiny
way up through that tornado
They
warning
will
in
probably issue a
Texas
new one
or
for the Lawrence area. I would
Kentucky.
think here in the next couple minutes. It'll eventually go towards Waterloo.
Like right
in Ohio.
here, southwest of Memphis. I don't see anything crazy in your area. Your area just looks like mild rain
I
showers.
actually did mention
Does
in
look a
today's
little
video,
crazier down in here, though.
before we got a marginal
Other
threat
parts
of
of Mississippi, it
severe
definitely
weather
looks like
for
it's
Kentucky. I was
rotating, but
like,
it doesn't look
we
like
might have an
anything
isolated
big. Like
tornado.
these
I think I
storms
said
are
it
pretty
today.
small.
I
It
think
looks
I
like.
said we might have an isolated tornado.
Kinda
in,
look
like
and see how
Kentucky
big
or
they are.
something. We might have actually just had one. I mean, the velocity is actually
Yeah,
really
see, they're real
tight.
little storms.
And to me,
But,
that's probably at least a funnel cloud, if not even maybe a tornado.
I want
with
to see
Grace
what
branch.
Kentucky.
Now moving into Powellsville. So if you're in Powellsville,
Head up to
seek
Kentucky,
shelter.
and then I'll move my way up to Pennsylvania after Kentucky.
Very interesting.
So Mississippi isn't
Honestly,
looking
the
bad.
storm
Just
west
lots
of
of
Lubbock's
rain.
starting to organize again.
Like, let me pull up the thread again for today. So, like, everybody,
Invite
this
in
is the
Derek,
tornado
couple
threat
members.
right here. This is where we're going to see tornadoes. But the categorical threat for today, like, pretty
We're gonna
much
do radar scan on this tornado.
all of
We're gonna
America's getting rain
Ohio
today.
coming in.
No, nobody's.
We're going to have rain everywhere. all the way up, into Pennsylvania. We're gonna have rain everywhere.
Sitting here.
But our severe is just gonna be down here in Texas. But
Well, yeah, hail's coming.
I'm guessing this is where the tornado's at in Kentucky. We're heading up there now.
Showing pretty strong rotation
A
coming
little
up from
tiny
Powellsville, Ohio,
warning
eventually
right
going
here.
towards Vernon and Bonclay.
South Ohio.
That is a strong area of rotation. Definitely should have a tornado warning here in Ohio. Don't have a debris signature as of right now, but if you're in Powellsville,
God.
Ohio, if you're in Bonclay or Vernon, you got to be in your safe place.
This isn't
because
far
that is
from me. That's my
if we had a
radar.
tornado, definitely could be on the stronger side of things. So how strong that couplet is. Moving to the east-northeast. By the way, these are two different offices. So that's why we don't have a tornado warning right now for the Lawrence area. Probably should be some level of communication with the other office to issue a new warning on this, because that is
We have
definitely
a tornado warning right
strong
here
rotation
by
right now heading towards
Grace
the Waterloo
Branch.
area in Ohio.
Where is he looking?
Just back over to Texas.
Just west of that gas station.
Got a large wall cloud that is now formed here west of Lubbock.
Really can't get close to this one. So far
Might be
out
gearing
there.
up for another tornado in Texas. Velocities have been really weak.
This one's tornado warning right now near Greena.
If this thing can get south of the boundary, it might do something.
Right on the border of Ohio and Kentucky. Really can't get a good view at it. The one he's talking about where we have a lot of rotation over here by Cincinnati, that's southeast of me.
I love that I just see chasers flying by here at like
Owensville.
100 plus on this highway for absolutely zero.
Yeah, we definitely have rotation here. That's more concerning looking than the one down there that's tornado
Are there
warning.
storm
That's actually
chasers in
pretty
Ohio?
concerning
I
looking.
don't think so.
Near Owensville, Ohio, just east of
I
Cincinnati.
don't think so. I'll check real quick, but I highly doubt it.
I think I'm going to leave this radar here and I'm going to open another one because this actually looks concerning. I kind of want to see
There's
what's
no
going on
chaser.
here.
I mean, at least from what I know, there's no chasers up there on that storm.
We have a pretty strong rotation here.
Happy I just drove past you right when you said 168.
A new tornado warning has been issued.
All right, we have a new tornado warning. That's going to be back over in
That's our rotation here.
Ohio.
Did they just warn it? Is this the one they warned?
Brand new tornado warning here in Ohio. That's going to be east of Portsmouth. With a strong area of rotation coming up on Powellsville, going towards Bonclay, and as well as eventually towards Lawrence, Vernon, and Buckhorn Furnace.
Oh, they warned. Okay, so this one's got another warning down here.
Seek shelter. Get away from windows.
This
get
one's
on the
not
lowest
even
floor
warned.
possible and get to an interior room of your home or building. Again, possibility for a.
I'm going to open another radar, guys. Hold on a second. I'm getting behind on the checks.
Again, the velocities are relatively strong.
I'm getting a little wild.
52. In southeastern Ohio is where this currently is located. We do have a small marginal threat of severe weather in place up here. So
We didn't even have a tornado threat at all for this up here today.
But yeah, the rotation's definitely on the.
So I guess we're getting tornado warnings in Ohio all of a sudden, guys.
You know any friends or family in this part of Ohio? Make sure they're aware of this.
Not far from me.
Actually
It's
going
not
in the
even raining
direction
at
of
all right
Lawrence.
now.
Back over to Storm Intermedia.
Yeah, I don't feel like this is gonna do anything.
A little wall cloud
Oh,
right
I
now
gotta
west
connect.
of Lubbock,
South again.
Texas.
Just like sitting there. We're moving like slowly south.
I'm reading chat, buddy. I'm trying to keep up.
Got new radar scan.
This one has a big tornado warning right here.
The boundary on radar. You guys all go south on that road.
This is where our tornado warning is right here.
Yeah, Connor, that's what I was just about
Near Grace Branch. This might be on the ground. This is looking bad.
Yeah, we're just sitting here at a little dirt pull off right at the intersection of 114 168.
What drink is that? Snapple tea.
Tearing up my tire right now at the gas station.
This is
This is in Ohio right here. This is where our tornado warning is right here. It looks like we might have a possible tornado on the ground up
Latest
here
radar
near
scan in
Grace
Ohio
Branch.
near Powellsville. Still strong rotation coming up on Bond.
Got a really strong rotation here.
Once again, where you guys are looking at right now on your screen is back over near Smyer, Texas, just outside of Lubbock. Large wall cloud has formed here over the last few minutes.
That's our tornado. That's it right there, man. My goodness.
The hook tries to reach out for the boundary.
This doesn't look good. This might be a tornado on the ground, most likely. It probably is on the ground at this point.
Giant bus here.
Maverick, what area are you talking about? Myersdale, Pennsylvania. Let me go look at Myersdale, Pennsylvania now. That's where I'm at next. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to keep up with these new tornado warnings.
Come on, Storm. Put one. Just do it west of town,
on here.
Don't want to be rude, but Tom's been spamming like crazy today. And he's been asking about Toledo every 3 seconds, and he keeps repeating it. So just try to ignore his messages. I didn't want to be rude, but he just keeps asking and asking over and over again. I mean, there's nothing but rain showers up there. I checked for him like 15 times already. Myers, yeah. Like, I'm just wondering if he's trolling me or something, just trying to mess with him. I'm not sure.
Hail core, just west of Lubbock. That hail core has grown over the last few scans. The possibility for up to baseball-sized hail with this storm, just west of Lubbock.
I didn't even fill it up yesterday.
You're right here. Okay, so yeah, that's kind of this tornado warning's actually coming in your direction. It's a long ways out. You're like way over here. You're in this area. This tornado warning's way down here.
Got a nice little hook, but man, the outflow's so far out ahead of it now.
This one is where the exact tornado warning is. Let me connect over by Myersdale. See what. I rarely come over here. Let's try the Pittsburgh area. See if we can see Myers well. Is it raining pretty bad in Myers now?
Must know the Snapple fact on the cap. This is real fact 424. The zip in zip code stands for Zone Improvement Plan.
Maverick, how's it looking out there right now?
Is there any buildings in front of that? 'Cause I'm sure we can find somewhere to hide.
I mean, it looks like we have a lot of thunderstorms coming your way. These look like pretty heavy rain.
It's a big hail core west of shallow water.
Try to see your exact spot here. See if I can pinpoint it.
Giant hail is gonna be coming out of the storm.
Pull up the map again. Like right here's Oakland.
Also, if we go back to Ohio,
like northeast Oakland by Grantsville, there's Cumberland.
This is back over south of Blanchester. We got
yeah, these maps got some things listed, but they don't.
Towards
Where's
Fayetteville,
Bedford?
Marathon, and Dodson, and eventually going towards Hillsborough. So if you're tuning in from Ohio, we could get another
Somerset.
Tornado warning
Okay,
if
so
that
you're
rotation
directly
continues.
south
It
of
was much
Somerset.
stronger a few minutes ago. Honestly, much more deserving of a tornado warning 5-10 minutes
There we go.
ago.
Now I can see Myersdale. You're right
At
here.
least gotten a little bit broader here over the last couple scans, but nonetheless, another storm to keep an eye on. Ohio is Ohioing, I guess.
This tornado warned one in Ohio. I wouldn't worry about that in Pennsylvania at all right now. That's so far away. So much can happen between now and by the time that storm heads over there.
This tornado warning because the velocities are
like
still,
right here.
in my opinion, strong enough for a new tornado warning.
I don't see any
probably get a new one.
sharp rotation or anything here. It's basically all red on this side, all green on this side. This doesn't look like it's rotating at all over here. But I mean, you definitely have some rain showers definitely coming through Myersville. But yeah, this one over here, this thing looks serious over here in Ohio. I mean, I just took a 3D view of it. Looks like we might have a tornado on the ground in Ohio.
Ripping on this storm.
Yeah, it's looking better under there.
Looks like it just broadened out that last scan, but this one right here, I mean, we have a really tight couplet of rotation right here.
Let's have a column to it.
This might have been on the ground for a brief amount of time.
You're right. It's not there. It's over here. How much further? No, over here.
Yeah, just maybe some thunderstorms. You got a lot of yellow, so you might see some thunderstorms. But there's not. I don't even know how this is rotating right here in Ohio. Like, this is just out of the blue. This isn't even in our threat area. But this is a very strong rotation here. And I don't know if anybody got hit.
Are we going to go back down 168?
Leavenworth, Kansas?
Corey.
Yeah, I'm going to head back down there here very shortly. I'm going to leave this radar on that tornado warning for now. See what happens with that. All right, down here in Texas. This is where the tornado threat is, down here in Texas. This is mainly what we've been focusing on right here. Mostly northern area of Texas here, parts of New Mexico. Kansas.
Back over to Kopic. Brandon Kopic also on YouTube. He also has a lowering here. We've had a wall cloud forming for the last 10-15 minutes. It's just, again, the storm is still behind the boundary. If it can get to the boundary, we could see a tornado drop out of this. Back to him in a second.
Is that Fort Leavenworth where the jail is for the military?
Even if it doesn't produce a tornado, it's definitely producing hail as large as the
I think it was
size
called
of
Fort
baseballs.
Leavenworth.
What is Storm Intermediate looking at?
Ohio should be fine. It's just, I mean, that tornado, that little tiny tornado, looks like it was out in the forest. Wasn't on top of a town. And it looks like it's falling apart right now.
Right to the tree looks suspicious.
So I can go back to that Ohio one
We might be
real
in
quick.
sus hour.
Try to check
A new
Kansas.
tornado warning has been issued.
We might be in sus hour.
But it's stalled.
We now have a brand new tornado warning back over in Ohio.
Oh, it's looking
So,
strong again.
again,
This is
one's gonna
probably
continue
still on the
for
ground.
a little while at least.
Like right now, it's
West
just in the middle of the
Charleston,
forest, right?
east
There's
of
no
Portsmouth.
houses
This
or
is for
anything out
Lawrence
here.
County. Still a strong
But
area
it's
of
heading
rotation,
towards
Waterloo. So if you're in Waterloo, Ohio,
that small
you
town
need to be in your
there.
storm
It could
shelter,
be
basement,
threatening some
closet, or
people here
bathroom, get
soon.
away from windows
It looks
and
like
get
it's
on
just
the
in the
lowest floor
mountainy West
possible.
Virginia, Texas, or
Get
Ohio,
to
or
an interior
nobody
room of your
lives.
home or building.
I mean, there was a
Just outside
town
of
here,
Lawrence, going to be
Gray's
going
Branch,
through
but
Vernon,
it
Center
didn't drop on
Station,
the ground till
Buckler,
after it went
Furnace,
through Gray's Branch.
and near Olive Furnace over
Right
the next
now,
15
I think
to 20
everybody's
minutes.
pretty
The
good
storm's
shape with
moving
this
east
one.
at
It
about
may be a
25
tornado, but
miles
it's out
per
in the
hour, so not super fast.
just out in the woods
But
right
it is
now,
fast
thankfully.
enough for there to be
Let me go back to Kansas.
a tornado with this. Or, sorry, fast. I don't know what I'm saying. The speed does not matter. I don't know what I just said. Ignore what I just said. That sounded really weird. But this storm moving to the east, it's faster than the storms that we have in Texas. That's what I was trying to say. So you're back over in Waterloo, being your
Where
safe place.
exactly are you?
Brandon has very sus clouds right now.
You're right on the Kansas-Missouri
Honestly,
border.
we need sus hour t-shirts. That's what we need.
Oh, so yeah, behind the dry line. I see.
Looks like there's a couple rain showers forming here. Like, let me pull this up again too, so you guys can
Back
see.
over to
We're
Brandon.
probably gonna get rain everywhere today, right? Look, this is the outlook for rain today. So there's a good chance if you're living in America, you're getting rain today, unless you're like up here. But we're definitely gonna have lots of rain today. But our tornado warning in Ohio is actually right here, and basically the moderate risk, right? But we don't have a tornado threat at all. The tornado threat they only put down here,
Stay safe, Joe.
Texas. I'm sorry, that's for tornado for tomorrow. This is for today. Yeah, they didn't give us any threat for tornadoes up here in Ohio, but we definitely are seeing one right now in the category.
Back over to Ohio.
This is an upgrade risk of
intensified over the
thunderstorms.
last couple minutes.
So most likely
Very
everybody's
strong
going to see
rotation,
rain.
and again, likely a tornado with this going towards Vernon.
Kansas, you can
If there
connect to
isn't
this
one,
radar.
there's
This will
definitely
be
a large
closer to
low ring
11
here in
north.
southeast Ohio, going towards Waterloo. Be in your safe place if you're in that warning. The storm that was rotating to the east of Loveland and west of Hillsborough,
Looks like
Ohio,
it's
that
loaded
one is
in.
still rotating. It's just a broad.
Are you
little
seeing
meso.
anything in
Stuff
Leavenworth
that's
right
heading
now?
in the direction of Dodsonville and Fayetteville here in the next 10 to 15 minutes.
Yeah, it's loaded
rotation on
in.
this
Yeah,
was
we ain't got
stronger
nothing
about
going on.
15,
It looks
20
like clear
minutes ago.
skies.
It's still strong enough, I think.
It looks like a
for
little
maybe
couple
a
specks
tornado.
here. A couple rain
It's a
showers
low
might
chance,
be
but it's still
forming up, but
strong
there's
enough for maybe
nothing going on
quick
right now.
tornado.
Here near that.
But if you're in Hillsborough, just stay weather aware in case
Not
that
far
storm
from
does
Kansas City.
intensify. By far, this storm has the greatest concern. This storm is towering up.
All
Let's
right.
get the echo tops on this.
Audio is muted. All right, where are we at now? Let's go back to that check on that
And the
tornado in
one to the
Ohio.
north is not as tall.
Is there anybody else
This
that's
storm
concerned
definitely has
about any certain
potential
area
here,
right now?
north of Lawrence.
Yeah, this is
Strongest
very
rotation
concerning,
over
guys.
Bond Clay, and it's coming up on Vernon in the next 5 minutes or so.
like very little debris is showing here, possibly. Inrod's showing, like this is where that tornado would be, like right
Brandon
here.
near west of Lubbock.
And we saw the 3D view of this. It obviously, it looks very, very well like a defined rotation is reaching all the way down to the ground through the storm. I mean, it's not a very big storm either. Like this is a small storm, but it's got the rotation. Yeah, this is where it's all coming. It would be like right there. This is 3 scans back too. This is a minute and a half ago. I'm pretty sure there's probably a tornado on the ground right here. We gotta do another 3D view and have like another minute when I can get the most recent. There's actually a town right here, Bartles. Let's pull that up.
This is close to where our hook is.
Oh no!
Yeah, we've had a little wall cloud try to form. It's
I
gotten a
didn't
little
see
bit more
Bartles.
disorganized recently.
Bartles is right in track of this tornado. Ohio, or is it? Yeah, that's in Ohio. Right on the border of Ohio.
We hide on the other side of that building, maybe?
Not pulling up a Bartles though.
We could, if we really needed to.
Did I hear sus hour? I think we are in the sus hour right now.
Bartles, Ohio. I can go to Gray's Branch. Not showing you
There are
anything.
spots under this gas station awning.
Yeah, there's plenty, but
Gray's Branch, Kentucky.
Park here on the side, hold on.
Somebody-
Yeah, I'm
Marble.
over there to the gas station. Only one for golf balls.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think it's
Big
dropping
Grove,
like
Pine
massive,
Grove.
massive hail anymore.
Still.
I don't understand the obsession with like trying to find shelter. I'm like, if it's just golf balls, even if it's like eggs or something like that ain't anything crazy.
There's definitely a lot of houses out here. My goodness. Yeah, there's a whole line of houses along this road through here. That's coming right towards it. Looks like.
Thank you, Stacy, for the super chat. Appreciate
Not
that.
good, guys. Oof.
Thank you also, Jordan, for becoming a member. Latest scan, slightly broader.
At least it's a weak tornado if it's on the
Vibrating
ground.
screen
That's
is
one
the
good
tornado
thing
in
you can
Ohio.
say about it.
Heading towards Waterloo.
Okay.
This is Storm Intermedia.
Oh my god, this guy's gas.
Okay. It's a little bit better view.
This yellow, is that a river right
It's
here?
not rotating nearly as much as what we had earlier.
Pedro is right near Bartles, I believe. Bartles is right here.
More of a destructive hailstorm again, producing right
There's
now.
a lot of houses over here. Not good. Hopefully this thing picks up off the ground soon because
and actually, if we go to
I
tornado
mean it's
PG,
all
this is
forest
a
out
look
here where it's at
the
right
hail that
now.
is
Like
currently falling.
it's like out here in the
They are
forest
right
somewhere
next to the hail core.
towards that river there.
They're already
There's a
starting
lot
to
of
hit that
houses
hail.
right on the other side of
Hail
that
looks
river.
like it's coming down. Here near Lubbock.
I know.
How you doing, Venice?
Oh no.
Is my sound working?
Okay,
You guys hear
this
me?
hail's getting pretty giant.
I think it's working, yeah.
This is up to baseball size
hear
hail
Max
again,
for
west
some
of Lubbock.
reason.
We're just going in for a full-blown hail core intercept. Look at all the hail falling.
No
Holy crap.
sound coming from Max.
This is almost all hail.
Oh my goodness, that hail. Why do I not have any
It's
sound,
literally
guys?
it's literally raining
I
hail.
fixed my sound.
This is a lot of hail.
That is a lot of hail. You guys
We're
gotta
hail
see this.
accumulate here west of Lubbock.
This is down in Texas, west of Lubbock.
Hey, Stacy, for becoming a member.
That's a lot of hail.
My goodness.
It's crazy down there. Yes, Max's sound was working all the time, but my headset sound went off. My goodness, that's a bunch of hail.
Heavy hail, if I've ever seen that. Hey, Bobby, for the super chat. This is unbelievable how much hail's falling. I've never seen this much hail fall on a live stream before. This is so
Still
much hail.
rotating pretty good. Looks like it's going north of Bartles, but there's a whole line of houses along that river there. For Bartles.
I haven't seen any like giant hail yet, but there is just so much hail falling right now.
Okay, so all this hail's
This
way
is
down here in
unbelievable.
Texas. Lubbock. Our Lubbock radar right here, I believe. Yeah, this is Lubbock.
My goodness.
My, yeah, that's a lot. It almost looks like the ground's covered with snow. There's so much hail. That's the Lubbock storm right here. This is the storm we're looking at. This storm has actually had a history of producing like 5 or 6 tornadoes a day in the last 4 hours. We haven't seen a tornado come from this storm in like the last hour or so, but it's still like, I mean, it has hail reports up the wazoo. Report from Hockley, Texas, baseball size hail, 2.57 inch. Got 2.5 here from Hockley as well. 1.7 inch from Hockley as well.
I mean, yeah, they probably are.
That's unreal,
This
the
much
amount of
hail?
hail
Yeah,
that's coming out of that storm.
This is unbelievable.
That
how
is a
hail's falling.
huge hail core, though.
It's literally like low visibility because of all the hail.
Yeah, it's a whiteout from hail.
Some rain
Unreal.
coming down too, but it's just a lot of hail here. You might be able to make a snowman out of ice here soon.
No man, not a hail.
Collect all the ice, make a snowman.
Yeah, he's such a goofball. I love
Probably
Max.
because it's Texas, but you know, it's
Oh my goodness, look at the hail hitting the clay. It looks like chocolate milk.
entirely possible.
That's unreal. That is so neat looking. That's not something you see every day if you're from Ohio. That is so neat looking, isn't it?
Snowball fight? I think this would hurt if you're throwing this at people. It's a lot of small hail. I mean, I'm not seeing anything giant here, but like, it's a lot of hail.
That is neat. I love it. Want to go back up to Ohio where this tornado warning is.
I'm gonna lie, on the bottom left, it looks like chocolate milk with marshmallows on top. Just random thought, but it kind of does.
This one looks really concerning too. Heading towards Fayetteville. I'm surprised they don't have this tornado warning yet.
Sure.
This one is just north.
I don't know why that just came to my head, but like
northwest of
honestly
the
looks like
tornado that we have over here in Ohio. This one's kind of up here near Cincinnati. I'm surprised they haven't gave this a tornado warning yet. This thing's completely rain wrapped.
I want to drink the mud. I don't recommend.
Heading towards Fayetteville, Ohio. Very
Thank
concerning
you,
looking
Amber,
right
for the
here.
super chat. We're on the way from Oklahoma City to Amarillo. Really like a line of storms that produces damaging winds. It's really the biggest thing.
I cut out the rotation. I
By the
can't see
way,
it, but that's what's showing of it.
They're in the middle of this hailstorm, but if we go back over to Brandon, this is what the
Try to
storm
recut
looks
this
like on
out.
the outside. So Kopic is on the outside of this big hailstorm, just west of Lubbock.
Yeah, freaking tornado warning.
So,
Ohio, we just
Yeah, I'm surprised we don't have a
Rather
tornado
rapidly,
warning
by the
there.
way, the right side's coming together here. We actually got some strong.
I mean, it's a small storm, but you got a lot of rotation down there at the lower level.
Pulling it out. That is a lot of hail.
Yeah, let's go over to the other radar that's actually out the tornado warning in West Virginia, Ohio. Well, I'm using the West Virginia radar, but I'm looking at the tornado that's in Ohio. I think this thing still might be on the ground, guys. It's literally going over those roads in Bartles right now.
Lights away from 7,000 lights.
There's a storm chaser.
I don't know why they haven't
Ryan Shaw
upgraded
is
this
also
yet.
in this area, and he's also his windshield. He just got replaced 2 days ago. It also just busted out. It's not busted out, but it's heavily cracked.
Clearly,
And
a
so
really
the storm
strong
is producing at
rotation
least some
going
level
all
of destructive
throughout
hail. I
the
think
storm.
Tornado Pagey might have just been east of the most destructive hail.
Drop it down here
We
right
had a
by
lot of hail come down. There was a lot of smoke.
Bartles, Ohio. I don't know if we have anybody near Bartles in chat right now. You might have gotten an Amber Alert on your phone and you're hopping on YouTube and it may have popped stream up. But yeah, you have basically, if you live anywhere near Bartles and the river going up northeast all the way up towards Oak Hill, you have a tornado crossing the river here in the next couple minutes.
Here, just outside of Lubbock. Back over
Probably
Ohio,
on
we
top
still
of the
have a
river
tornado
at this
warning,
point right
north of
now.
Huntington, east of
There's a lot of
Pittsburgh.
houses. It's
Still
not a
very
big
strong
city or nothing,
rotation,
but it's
going towards
definitely
Waterloo and
a
McDaniel
populated
Cross Road.
area.
That's again,
There's a
bottom
lot
right
of
your
houses
screen.
out
This is
here.
north, southeastern Ohio.
There's the river there. And you can see, like, there's tons of houses here along this. What is it? Little Pine Creek?
Yeah,
It's the name of the river. There's tons of houses all around this river, and this tornado's crossing right over those. You guys need to make sure if anybody's here. And Max isn't really talking about it, so I want to make sure that I'm making sure everybody's aware. Like, there's like a tornado here crossing the river, Little Pine Creek, Ohio. It is tornado warning. So there's Pedro right here. Bartles is just right on top of Pedro right here.
It actually looks like it may be
There's
ingesting
Bartles.
the
Like, you
boundary.
can see all these houses here. There's tons of houses out here. This is like pretty heavily populated area for country.
So
Like, these areas are as big as towns in Texas. Like, there's a lot of houses in this area. So I hope National Weather at least put out an Amber Alert in their phone for a tornado threat, because this is
might be coming together again for another tornado here.
this storm's a
near Lubbock,
threat.
Texas.
This storm is a big time threat right here. It's absolutely threatening. I mean, that is absolute gate to gate shear right there. Like 6 blocks. It's not even that small anymore. That's a pretty good size.
Asking you, you think we should?
It's a pretty good sized tornado.
I mean, we can just inch south on this road. It connects us to that highway.
I don't know if that's free, but it could be.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. It looks like it's a grid anyway, so if we need to go
This
back
is very
west, we
concerning
can.
looking. I'm treating this as if it's on the ground because we don't have any spotters out here. It really looks like it is, especially based on the
This is
3D
just
view.
Absolutely insane right now, guys. Absolutely insane.
Max is 45. I am not 45 years old.
I'll show the 3D view
Hey,
of the
Tucker
storm
from
out here in
Super Chat.
Bartles again. If anybody
I live
hasn't
in
seen
Olney,
it yet.
Texas. Should I be worried? I'm not too concerned about Olney, Texas.
I know it's just a little storm, but it's definitely rotating. I mean, this is high velocities right here. This isn't low velocity. If I turn the velocities down, Or just if I turn the velocities down, right? It kind of all just
Tornado warning in
smushes
Ohio is
together.
still radar indicated, despite
If I
there
turn the
being,
velocities up, you can
relatively
clearly
strong
see where the
rotation.
strong rotation is.
Let me go back to
Traveling
Ohio real
all
quick.
up through the
Back
sky
over,
there.
again, far southeastern Ohio, east of Portsmouth. We've had
Actually
very strong
surprised
rotation on
that
this
this is
supercell,
happening right now.
And there could be a tornado. There's not been anything confirmed yet, but if there is a tornado, it is going to be
Yeah,
approaching
I'm almost
McDaniel
positive
Crossroad,
that's a tornado on the ground.
Waterloo, and eventually going
I
towards
would treat
Patriot,
it as if it
Sanford,
is a
and
tornado on the ground, just
Cadmus.
how bad
If you
this
are in
looks
those
on radar.
areas, once again,
Looks
potential
like this
tornado
last
threat
scan,
is
though, it's
heading
starting to
in
show
your direction right now.
signs of weakening
This is
here,
back
possibly.
over to Brandon.
I mean, we still have rotation, but we lost our bright green in the
Western Lubbock.
normalized
Hey,
rotation.
Lucas, for becoming a member. Thank you.
It might be
80 for the
starting to
super
wrap
chat.
out.
That is not my birthday, but thank you for the super chat.
Yeah, I'm directly under the thing. It's cranking. Some pretty good rising motion under it now. Is it over town?
Such a small warning, too.
Yes.
They really don't. The warning's about the size of the storm. I really hope these guys got the warnings on their phone. I guess we'll find out tomorrow. I'm definitely going to Google Bartles, Ohio, and the Little Creek River and see if I see any drone damage out there.
Yeah, it looks like it's rapidly.
So I feel like this was on the ground. It's just a spot where there's not a lot of people, and maybe somebody in that area will call in and report it.
Yeah, it's went from like.
All right, I'm gonna go back down to Texas. Is there any new people in chat that's concerned about any certain areas? I can pull it up and check for you now if you want. If you're new to here to the channel today, this is basically our threat for rain today. Pretty much, almost all of America is getting rain today. It's crazy.
Hey, James, the super chat.
But our tornado threat's much smaller. This is our tornado threat for today.
Super chat.
This is what the
Chocolate milk
National
does
Weather
not
gave
sound
us
bad,
for a
I'm not gonna
prediction
lie.
of
Sounds
weather
pretty
right here. The yellow circle is a 10% chance hatched risk for tornadoes. So if you do have a tornado in this yellow circle, it's probably going to be a long tracked one that doesn't want to go down or doesn't want to come back up. If it drops a tornado, it'll probably be on the ground for a while. Then we've got a 5% chance here in the red and a 2% chance in the green. For some reson, Ohio doesn't have its tornado risk, even though we see a tornado right up there.
So his headset's broken. So we apparently
We've had a lot of tornadoes in Texas today.
Hey, thoughts on the Ohio cell? It's been rotating pretty strongly here for a while, but
yeah, I don't know. Max
we have not
just
had anything confirmed on it.
yeah, I don't think Max really cares about Ohio. Well, I'm gonna just unless they have a confirmed tornado, and I don't think he's going to pay much attention to it. We'll see though. I would treat it as it's on the ground though, just to be safe.
This is back in Ohio.
Yeah, he's looking at it now again.
There's still strong rotation here. This thing's had strong rotation here for the last 20-25 minutes. Haven't had anything confirmed. No debris signature. That could be something right there.
That's a debris signature for sure. It's just,
it's
a weak tornado, right?
This
It's like if you're getting hit by this tornado, as long as you're inside and away from the windows, you're going to be all right. But you don't want to be outside. You know, you don't want to be in a camper. You don't want to be in a trailer or something. A tornado this week will definitely destroy a trailer or a camper, right? But as long as you're inside away from windows, you'll be fine with a tornado this small in Ohio.
It's back over west of Lubbock.
I'm waiting for it.
Where's Riley? He's currently soaking about his
It looks like, yeah, it uptrended again. It's keeping the strong rotation. This thing's no joke. My mind's blown that we're having a tornado all the way up here in Ohio today. I just wasn't expecting this.
Brandon is now getting big hail.
Pretty sure this thing's on the ground still.
Oh shit.
And we do have the debris ball too, pretty much. At this point, I can basically safely say that's somewhat of a debris ball there. Like it's pulling stuff up. That means like it's the radar seeing like plants and tree particles and branches and stuff in the air, whatever it's tearing up, pulling it up into the sky like that.
It's just so terrible. I got one on Black Friday. I had a headset. Brandon's getting pounded by hail. Very isolated hail so far. But yeah, I had a headset that I literally had to tape together too.
That all hail out and there's that cotton. You can see the hailstones bouncing. Like cotton balls, I think. Oh, did you hear that thump? It was a big old thump.
Hey, Lotus for the super chat. How do the tornado naming conventions work? Do they go by tornado?
Let me go look at that other one up here in Ohio that I've seen with strong rotation.
So the tornado conventions usually are post tornadoes. So usually, if there's a tornado that gets like a name, it's usually post-tornado. Brandon's getting hit by some hail. We'll stay on Brandon.
Look
He's
here,
repositioned
Wilmington
about 5
radar.
feet to stay away from the hail. Don't know if that's going to work out.
Don't know if this thing's still rotating over here.
You guys can hear it.
It's not
Yeah,
rotating
I
nearly
cannot
as much.
answer
It
the
looks like
question
it's
with
really broadened
tens of
out more.
thousands of people watching. I tried my best though, whenever we can. Thanks, Samantha, for the super
That
chat.
doesn't look nearly as bad as it did a while ago.
What does that say?
Not looking too bad up there anymore. Go back down to New Mexico. I want to see that storm that was kind of riding on the dry line there. Yeah, it looks like we got a. We have a new storm.
On the same storm
Or this one actually moved south.
I get big hail core though.
Oh wow,
Just
yeah. So
coming
these
into
are all these storms
Smire
basically in New Mexico heading
right
over
now.
into Texas
Again,
right
driving
here.
out to the southeast, going towards Wolforth or Wolforth.
This one has absolutely massive hail core 4 point.
Back over
It's
to
almost
Ohio.
5-inch hail.
Probably
My
get a new tornado
goodness,
warning here soon, assuming
that
this
is
rotation
insane.
stays strong enough. Still a couplet right now coming up on Waterloo and the Daniel Crossroad.
Got a flash
heading
flood
towards
warning there
Cadmus
too
and
as well.
Patriot. So if you're in Southeast Ohio, stay alert. New tornado warning may be coming soon.
We'll turn off the severe
Back to
warnings
Brandon
too, so we
Kopic
don't completely cover up these
on
storms
the
with them.
storm west of Lubbock. Got a few big hailstones falling.
We definitely have rotation here, but it's really
Warnings
broad.
currently for golf ball sized hail. I feel like we probably have some hail larger than that.
This one is right on top of the Cannon Air Force Base radar.
By the way, this is what Riley's
It's so close
headset
we can't
looks
even
like
really
right now.
see it that well, but
So that right there.
this one is much further
broken.
south. This one might be a
Right there.
concern.
So he taped it together.
Can't really see much because the radar's just got it chopped off.
Tape
This
does the
thing-
job sometimes.
This thing might end up being a threat here in a little bit.
It's back to storm
Can't see
intermediate.
anything right now.
Thank you, Andy, for the super chat. Appreciate that. No need to
Still
spam
got the
super chat,
tornado
but I
warning up
appreciate
here in Ohio.
it. Lily
Still
for
got the
super chat.
rotation
Riley
right
is-
here.
Riley is wise. Thank you for the super chat.
This is past Bartles now. See where that's heading up into now.
The storm has been so stationary, it has moved. You know,
So this is Little
this is
Creek
actually
River
kinda
right
crazy.
here
We
where the
started our
tornado
stream about
just
4 hours
passed.
ago, all right? We started approximately 4 hours ago. The storm started right about here. That's where we about began our live stream. It's like actually right about here. All right.
So it went past the Puckett
Since the time the storm
Cemetery.
started, it has moved 40 miles. So it's moved at 10 miles per hour
The
since we
river.
started this live stream. That's how slow this storm is. It's basically going at a pace that you could probably run at. So pretty impressive stuff. It's back to Brandon Kopic, who's also on YouTube. He has a pretty good structural shot of the storm here west of Lubbock. He's getting smacked with a little bit of hail not
Maybe,
long ago.
I'm having a really
could literally
hard
outrun this
time
tornado.
like
I mean, you could pretty much
pinpointing where
outrun
this
the
thing
storm.
is.
You can go at least 10 miles per hour, you can.
All I know is that like Pedro and Bartles are close together. And this thing gets further northeast up here to Waterloo. Let's see where Waterloo
Super
is.
chat. Riley headset merchant coming. We do have a headset
Can I
fund,
not
though,
see Waterloo?
for super chats, apparently.
Point Pleasant.
What's my 40 time? I could not tell you. Probably as slow as Tom Brady, if I had to guess.
There's Point Pleasant. Okay. So yeah, in the long run, this tornado warning's heading towards Point Pleasant. This is actually very civilized over here. So it's right on the Ohio-West Virginia border, and there's a river in there. It's just tons of houses and buildings out here.
Very ominous.
So this is
skies
on
here
track
outside
to
of
head
Lubbock.
towards
We got
Point
a big hail
Pleasant.
core too, right over near Dean. This is where we're probably
It
seeing.
may
upwards of
probably fall apart
baseball-sized
by
hail.
then, but we'll see. It's still rotating.
They
It's
just
not as bad
upgraded
as
this warning. It's up to 2
it was
inch sized
before.
hail again. So the new warning.
Definitely
for the
another
Lubbock and Buckley
downtrend than that
counties
latest
is up
scan.
to 2 inch sized hail that is the size of a lime or a lemon that is falling out of the sky right now. North of Huntington in
let me have a good
Ohio, the
3D view of
rotation has
this.
weakened quite a bit. They'll probably end up canceling this tornado warning here pretty soon. I don't think that storm's going to be very.
It's
tornadic for much
weakened
longer.
somewhat.
Continue to watch it closely just in case.
The lower the rotations, you can still see it's really well defined, but yeah, in the higher velocity, it's weakened. It's not connecting all the way through like it did. It's
The
just
new
kind
severe
of
thunderstorm warning does not include Lubbock, by the way.
lost some of its juice, but it could get strong again. We'll see. We'll keep an eye on it. Come back to it.
Yeah, this thing is probably gonna try one more time.
Are you gonna take this next road to the west, Brandon?
Yes, sir.
Illinois, I believe not. Let me go ahead and pull up the daily.
Strong storms. Nothing too far beyond that.
This is our tornado threat for the day. It's mostly here in Texas, Mexico, the northern parts of Texas. Everybody's supposed to get some rain today, though.
Hey, run in for another 5 gifted memberships. If you got to gifted membership, make sure things run in the chat.
So you're probably going to see some rain showers in Illinois today, definitely.
That is, I think, 35 gifted memberships.
Oh, I just accidentally pulled that down. Hold on a second. You're definitely going to have some rain in Illinois today. You shouldn't be getting anything severe in Illinois.
They also have a little bit of
mainly just
organization
rain
trying
up
to
in
happen.
Illinois.
Maybe a wall cloud trying to form again. Been in and out here for a while.
How's it looking there, Blake? Are you getting some pretty nasty rain in Illinois right now? Is it windy? You can pull up the radar over there if you want me to.
A little bit of rotation, pretty broad rotation, but a little bit of rotation there. That's Scud? Well, it is Scud, but a wall cloud is attempting to form there. It's the area.
Right now, that's all we got down here in southeastern Illinois. A couple rain showers down here. If there's anything coming in your
direction. Hasn't been
direction.
tornado warned in about 2 hours now. Hasn't been really a whole lot of rotation in the low levels. It's been
Yeah,
again,
it's pretty much clear
dominant
skies.
For a while.
I mean,
if it's able
there's
to
nothing
get
in
close to the
Missouri.
boundary, and then this
There's just
could
a little
actually
bit of
take off and
action on the
produce a bit of
southern
a
parts of
tornado.
Illinois.
This is Brandon Kopic's view. This is actually
You should be good.
pretty good view of the storm. Sun is
Just
setting here
some
in the
maybe
next
some
30
small
minutes.
rain showers, but I don't see
Pretty
anything
solid
big
view of
coming
the
towards
storm.
Illinois right now.
Yeah, I just saw him.
And doors opening.
All of our big rain showers are further down south.
Gonna get drafted in the
We had a lot out here in Ohio, though. Let me pull up an actual map of hold on. I'm gonna get a satellite image.
Severe thunderstorm warning in Smith County in Texas was just upgraded to 3-inch sized hail. So we got apple-sized hail currently falling on this supercell, heading in the direction of Vega. It's very slow moving, but this one's moving east-northeast at approximately.
Like this is where a lot of our
miles per hour.
rain showers are, pretty much all over West
Going as
Virginia,
fast.
Kentucky, and Ohio for the most part.
Not even. It's actually going slower than Tyree.
We had this tornado warning
The
storm
Ohio
here.
tornado warning probably going to be canceled. Velocities
Yeah,
have really
they're probably
weakened
going
this
to
thing,
cancel that
so
tornado
really
warning.
Biggest concern is back to Texas.
Ontario. Hold on, I'm gonna pull up a big radar.
Shout out to Mighty with the 10 gifted memberships.
I want to see our satellite view of all the storms right now.
I'm just in the process of moving another.
Yeah, give membership. Make sure to thank him in the chat.
Yeah, I'm just getting to 168, I believe it is.
This is our radar.
On a dirt road, it's starting to rain. It's gonna end bad.
Jordan, I'm probably just gonna cross this road, I guess. Well, once all this traffic comes by. There's the red man.
Have there been any confirmed tornadoes? Not recently. There have been some confirmed tornadoes today. This is a pretty good view here of the wall cloud that's formed. Stormer Media has a pretty clear shot here of a wall cloud now west of Lubbock.
This basically we're
So
looking at National Weather Service. Basically, is like our
it's much closer to the boundary.
whole area of storm clouds right now. Basically, it's supposed to up
Honestly,
here in the
I
Ohio
honestly feel
Valley,
like
pretty
this might
much
try to freeze here
Pennsylvania.
soon.
It's like we
Got
got
a
quite a
little
bit down
organized
here in
boundaries very close to where
Alabama
this
and Georgia
is now.
too. Quite a bit of rain.
I think this is the closest
Everything
it's been in about 2
tornadic going to
hours.
be down
They
here,
dropped
and we're
this
supposed to
jet.
have more storms
The storm
forming
in
up over the night
southeastern
here
Ohio is
down in
falling
Texas.
apart. I don't think it'll be doing much.
I'm
here
really not
anytime
sure.
soon.
Tomorrow
Tornado warning
doesn't
does
look like it's
expire
going to
on
be
that
too bad
storm
tomorrow. We don't have
about
much of a
8 or no, not 8,
threat for
13
tomorrow.
minutes. Thank you, Joshua, for becoming a member.
I mean, we're still going to have lots of rain all day
Decent
tomorrow
little
too
wall
as
cloud
well.
this
But
storm
like
here.
our
We've had
tornado
multiple
threat,
wall
they have
clouds with this.
all they've issued is just the tiny little
Hey,
place
Cassie,
here in
for the super
Texas
chat.
still.
I'm not honestly sure yet. I'm not moving to Oklahoma.
Yeah, like at worst, just up in Illinois,
Oklahoma.
you might see some rain showers. I'm just still really surprised we had that tornado warning up in
Comic
Ohio.
also has this lowering. There's a wall cloud.
Yeah, there's definitely lots of rain today. We got lots and lots of rain. Actually, I'm surprised how heavy the rain is down here in New Orleans, Louisiana. There's some pretty big storms down there.
Ooh, that's one of the radar trucks.
Like they're
Oh, you're asking about Canada. Mono, Ontario. I'm guessing that's what you're asking about, Mono, Ontario. Let me pull it up. I'm not sure exactly where that's at.
This might be the last hurrah of a tornado threat with this storm.
Rain core continues to dissipate to the west here of town.
Mono,
Got a nice concentrated
Ontario.
vegetation northwest of town here.
So you're basically just north of Toronto.
The area rotation can't be north of town.
Definitely looks like you have a ton of rain coming towards Toronto. Nothing tornadic though. Everything tornadic's all down near Texas still, except for this little blip that we had in Ohio, and it's I don't know why that warning is still staying there. It's outside of the warning. Maybe they got to end it.
You are not a radar.
Yeah, this doesn't look bad at all anymore.
I can be whatever
It's still got some rotation, but it's not no high velocity threats like it had before.
Got back up a little bit.
I keep getting slight hints of radar.
Pretty sure that thing was on the ground for a while though. I'm pretty sure this tornado spent like a good 5 minutes. See, like it still has a rotation in the same area. It's just much weaker.
The Lake City tornado when that
So you
happened,
could
we peaked at,
actually
I think,
recycle too.
100,000 concurrent viewership. I think we got near 100. It was our most viewed severe weather live stream we've ever had.
What's the name of that road you're on, Scott? Oh, should be pretty. Oh, you're Philly. Okay.
We had about 2 million views, I'm pretty sure, on that live stream.
You got the flood warning on your phone?
Your boys over here.
You got a flood warning in Illinois? There's nothing out there. When did they give you the flood warning?
So I got a wall cloud here west of Lubbock. Again, this might be the last chance for this thing to produce a tornado. It's going to be going towards Ropesville, Wolfforth, and Meadow. Outside of Lubbock.
Are you over here somewhere in this band of storms? What part of Illinois are you in?
Also, new SBC outlook is out for tonight. We'll pull it up here in a second once it is out.
Yeah, no, Illinois. I'm so sorry. I was looking at the Indiana. I was looking at Illinois. There's like just these little baby storms in Illinois. Are you down south by Cape Girardeau? Does that mean we definitely have a line of storms coming towards Cape Girardeau?
Gone. The velocities are much weaker.
Like these are moving up through here.
Tornado warning has actually just been canceled, so we no longer have any tornado warnings.
Looks like these are moving south, so you're not even gonna get hit by that whole line. They're moving this way. So yeah.
Thank you, Cheryl, for becoming a member. Welcome to the Velocities. You need to wait 10 days
Illinois
after
looking
graduation
good.
to be a meteorologist. No, I have not graduated officially yet. I still got like 10 days, I think, until it happens.
Max Velocity's
I honestly
officially
don't even
graduated and
think
become a meteorologist in 10 days. Look at this scary looking storm there.
But it's within the next like 2 weeks.
That is a big, scary looking
It'll be
storm.
official
So dark.
Within the next 4 days.
pretty sure the boundary's still south, but I'm not sure if it was a successful grab or not.
Well, guys, I think it looks like everything's kind of calmed down. We don't have any tornado warnings right now.
Got that merger hitting it right now, so that merger might even help here. It just might take a second or 30 minutes.
I think I'm gonna go ahead and shut down the stream, and if anything picks up in the next hour or so, I'll bring the stream back on. But yeah, it's not looking bad, honestly. But yeah, Max Velocity still streaming. I got his. Let me pop him up in the chat so you guys can go to him.
Hey, Zachary, become a member.
Not sure how long he's going to be streaming for, but he might be on for a while.
This is Matt the Capucci's
But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and shut down the stream. That's Max Velocity's channel.
From
He's this guy right here. So yeah, just hop onto him if you want to keep following these thunderstorms. I really appreciate everybody coming in here. Please like and subscribe, and come back anytime.